Live from Regina's Animal Community Center, this is the 37th Annual Regina Humane Society Telethon, presented by Access Communications. Tonight, we're asking for donations to help thousands of animals who enter every year. So grab your phones and make a difference during the 37th Annual Regina Humane Society Telethon.
And welcome to the 37th Annual Regina Humane Society Telethon. I'm Lee Jones from CTV with Rapunzel, who woke up about a couple minutes ago and is wanting to lick a lot. But that's kind of what we're going to be showing you, just an example of all the type of animals you can see here.
So we want to give a huge thank you to Access TV Now for helping us out in the last 37 years for the Regina Humane Society Telethon, helping to give life to these beautiful, neglected, abused, and just need loving dogs. I got Eugene. He's so special. He's so sleepy.
Well, I'm Lisa Cook. I'm the Executive Director of the Regina Humane Society, and these four are just a few of the animals that have needed our help this year. Last year, we housed and sheltered close to 3,800 animals, and tonight's telethon really provides all the support that we need to give them to help them find a new happy ever after.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really our pleasure to be here hanging out with the fine folks at the Regina Humane Society this evening. I want to remind you that there are multiple ways that you can call in and donate this evening. I've got Aurora here hanging out with me, and these are the kind of sweethearts that we want to be helping. So that phone number to call tonight is 639-709-9660. You can also check us out at reginahumanesociety.ca, and there'll be all kinds of links to find ways to donate this evening.
And of course, we want to raise more than $80,000 tonight. That's kind of the main goal. So how do we do that? We mentioned the phones, and let's go check in on the phones. We've got a couple people who are keeping our eye on there.
Hi, Rory Allen here, and I am very, very excited to be here. It's an honor, actually, to be invited to come again.
Yeah. I'm Lisa Peters from AccessNow TV, and did you guys notice that Chris Henderson, that little dog just suited him right in there, just matched him?
It's a pair.
It's a pair.
It's got to go home. Got to go home, Chris.
He's already buying him a hat to match.
I'm Bill Thorne, the Director of Marketing and Public Relations at the Humane Society, and welcome to our 37th Annual Telethon. $80,000 is what we're shooting for today as a minimum. That averages out to about $26,000 per hour. So we need to get that going. And as Chris said, 639-709-9660 is the number to call, or you can go to our website, reginahumanesociety.ca.
And we're already hearing the phones ring. I'm standing right here. They are ringing. But we have started getting some donations. Want to give a few shout-outs to Allison Mang, $500.
$500.
Thank you, Allison. We've got Annette Ellert, $50. Barb Binney, $300. Barry Eisenzimmer, $100. Bill Wright, $100. We are kicking off well.
It's a great start.
That's awesome.
Great start.
We want to thank Wheaton Kia. They're the sponsor for the very first hour here. We got three of the folks here from Wheaton Kia, and God bless you guys.
And Taylor.
And Taylor.
All right. The number to call tonight is 639-709-9660. But right now, we're going to go to a video clip. Abandoned and pregnant, Ducky faced an uncertain future. Here is how the Regina Humane Society transformed her life.
In August, a 4-year-old heavily pregnant small breed mix was found abandoned in a backyard. The expectant mother needed help and was brought to the Regina Humane Society. Staff carefully assessed Ducky, noting her condition and her swollen belly. Just 2 days after arriving at the Regina Humane Society, Ducky gave birth to a healthy litter of 6 adorable puppies. The birth marked the start of a new chapter for Ducky and her young family. As Ducky cared for her babies, staff noticed she struggled to walk on her left hind leg. Further examining by shelter veterinarians revealed Ducky suffered from a slipped kneecap, resulting in the inability to use her leg. Surgery would restore her ability to move without pain and provide the best possible quality of life. After the procedure, Ducky was reunited with her litter in foster care. This tough mom needed help caring for her pups while also recovering from knee surgery. Fortunately, the Regina Humane Society has many dedicated foster families willing to provide life-saving care for newborns and pets in recovery. Ducky and her family welcomed their time in foster care. She grew stronger, and her 6 pups explored the world with curiosity. In late September, Ducky was healed, and her puppies were old enough to be placed up for adoption. It was time for 6 playful pups plus 1 loving mother to find permanent homes, and one by one, they did. Ducky's story is a remarkable example of how donors' support can change the lives of animals in need. Every day, animals arrive at the Regina Humane Society facing a variety of challenges like injury, illness, abuse, or neglect. Thanks to the generosity of supporters like you, the Society is able to provide the care animals just like Ducky need to heal and thrive. Ducky now enjoys her days in a caring new home with a family that offers her the same love and affection she showed her young pups.
And it's those sweethearts like Ducky is one of the many reasons that we're here. Watching those kind of videos reminds me exactly why I keep coming back year after year. I mean, I get to hold beautiful puppies like this and see all these wonderful people here at the Regina Humane Society, but it's also just a great reminder that our furry friends need our little bit of help.
Absolutely. Ducky was an incredible story of how her and her babies benefited from our foster care programs, and Leia right here and her siblings also were abandoned at a week old, if you can imagine. And so they spent a lot of time in foster care, and tonight is their very first appearance on the telethon as they prepare to go up for adoption.
Well, and I got to tell you, folks, like I would say this about probably any animal, but these ones, right off the bat, I had one of them put in my arms and just snuggled in immediately. And this is the kind of love and just love and support that you get from our furry friends. And we need your love and support. We want to remind you tonight that you can call in at 639-709-9660. You can also make your donation online at reginahumanesociety.ca. And tell us a little bit more about where that money kind of goes, Lisa.
Well, definitely foster care is one of the services that we provide, but we provide sheltering, education, protection, and advocacy for animals in our community. Our mission is to improve the welfare of animals in the city of Regina, and tonight is going to help us do that.
Absolutely, and we have a wonderful goal of $80,000. I have a feeling that we are going to break that goal. Now, on the way to breaking a goal, every donation can save a life. Let's find out more about how you can show animals that you care all year long.
Well, I'm here in the cat communal adoption area of the Humane Society, and this is Karen Mercier. Yes, and she, how are you doing? Good to see you again. Actually, we're going to be talking about the PAWS program. What exactly is that?
So the PAWS program is our monthly giving program, and we actually have close to 1,000 donors who give to us monthly. Wow. And it makes a huge difference. So people can give from their credit card or their bank account, and you can give amount every month, and at the end of the year, we send you a tax receipt. Well,
that's awesome. This is kind of a great, this is a great area. Like, the new building's been awesome.
Yeah.
To have a separate area for the cats to come on, cats and other people to play if they want to. So, well, let's see. Okay, so how do you join?
So the easiest way to join is just to go online. So you can go onto our website, reginahumanesociety.ca, and then sign up right there. And it comes out on a date that you choose. So it's super easy. And if you have to change it or fix it, we can do that too for you.
Cool. So you can scan the QR code on the screen too and donate that way. It's a great, and let's get this number back in, because I can see almost where the phones are. People need to be on the phones. 306-709-9660.
The Regina Humane Society Veterinary Care Center is a vital part of the Society's life-saving work. Certified by the Saskatchewan Veterinary Medical Association, the Regina Humane Society operates the province's only animal shelter hospital. Under the guidance of the Director of Veterinary Care, this dedicated team provides high-quality medical care to animals during their stay. From performing routine spay-neuter surgeries to treating urgent medical emergencies, the Regina Humane Society Veterinary Department offers hope and healing to our community's most at-risk animals. The pet overpopulation crisis is a significant animal welfare issue in our community, one the Regina Humane Society's veterinary team works to combat every day. In collaboration with the City of Regina, the Society provides financially disadvantaged pet owners, as well as registered animal rescue organizations, access access to pet sterilization surgeries through the subsidized spay-neuter program. Increasing the number of animals sterilized will decrease the number of unwanted litters and result in fewer homeless animals in need of sheltering and care. The Regina Humane Society Department of Veterinary Care performs over 2,200 of these essential spay-neuter surgeries every year. The Regina Humane Society continuously seeks advancement in standards of care for all its animals. Under the skillful hands of the veterinary team, life-saving surgeries, treatments, and rehabilitation services give injured, sick, or abused animals new hope. Every procedure is an important part of the Society's work to heal hurts and hearts, all made possible by a community of caring donors. Your donation tonight ensures the Regina Humane Society and its veterinary team is always there for animals when they need it most.
Hi, and we are back here on the main stage, and my name's Amanda. I'm with Ralco Radio. I'm here to introduce, we have Lisa Cook, Executive Director, and Chris Taschuk, Board President, sorry. And we want to know, what are the goals of the Regina Humane Society?
Well, we have one goal, and that is to improve the welfare of animals in our community. And it's a big goal, and it's something that we've been doing. Actually, last year was our 60th anniversary. So wow. 61 years of really leading animal welfare in our community. So it's a big goal. And we can't do it without all of you.
And so thank you so much. Again, that number is 639-709-9660. You can donate to any time tonight until 9 o'clock. But what plans does the Regina Humane Society have?
Well, for the future, animal welfare, the way that animal sheltering is done has really shifted. You know, in the past, it used to just be accepting animals into the shelter and then trying to find them homes. And the focus really has become very much more on the community and keeping animals in their homes with their families. So outreach programs, pet food banks, pet supply banks, subsidized spay-neuter services, all help to keep animals and their families together. And really that is our aim, and hopefully one day there won't need to be an animal shelter.
That's right. Chris, we'll ask you, how important is this telethon to the Regina Humane Society?
Well, it's super important, actually, for two reasons. One is it's a great opportunity to showcase all the awesome work that everybody does here in order to keep these guys, like Chachi, get them in the door and get them out in a healthy manner to an adopting family.
And how will the donations from tonight be used?
Well, it costs a lot of money in order to get a little guy like this in the door and then out the door, because we have to microchip them, we have to get them spayed and neutered, and a lot of times they don't come in the healthiest fashion, and so we got to get them all cured up, and this guy's looking pretty frisky. But once we do that, you know, it all costs money, then the public can actually adopt them. And a lot of times we actually do, the cost that we have, Lisa, it keeps going up. It's almost $800 per little animal here in order to get them out, so we don't often charge that for an adoption.
All right, let's get those phones ringing once again, 639-709-9660. Let's go to the phones right now, see how things are going.
Things are going pretty well over here, friends. We are with another friend. Rory and I are making friends here this evening. This is Jessica, and Jessica has Sable, and who is just a little 7-week-old sweetheart. I'd love to hear a little bit more about Sable, but you know what we really want to highlight right now is just the importance of volunteers that work with the Regina Humane Society. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got started? You're an employee here now, but how did you get started working with this organization?
Yeah, so I started as a volunteer back in 2019 and then got so dedicated that I started working here as well. But we have volunteer programs for all sorts of things. So whether you want to be hands-on with the animals or a little bit more off-hands, helping with laundry or events or a variety of other programs, we have the position for you.
So how old do you have to be a volunteer?
So we take volunteers starting at 7 years old and
7 years old? That's awesome.
Yeah, so volunteering starting at 7 with our kitty reader program, where children can come in and read to their cats, read to the cats here, and then all the way up until 92.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
There are several programs here. We're just going to pepper Jessica with some questions here while we got it. Can you tell us a little bit about the Caring Hands program and how that all works here?
Yeah, so with our Caring Hands program, you sign up to volunteer and then you can come in and walk our dogs. You can take them as part of our Trailblazers program, doggy dates. You can also sign up for kitten socialization, so you can come and hang out with some cats. We also have our Read and Relax program, so you can bring in a book and just hang out with either the dogs or the cats and spend time with the animals here.
So I think the important thing to take away from all of that is there are a bunch of different ways that you can volunteer and you can get involved with the Regina Humane Society.
Starting at a very early age.
Yeah, starting from a very young age. You're right. I love the idea of having 7-year-olds coming in to read. That's wonderful to get to plant that seed early on. That's wonderful.
Remember to get on the phone, since the phones are right beside us. These guys, you'd like a phone call, would you not? So ring those phones. It's 639-709-9660. And let's visit the dog adoption suites and meet 2 pets looking for their new match.
All right. Thanks, Rory. I am here with Buckley. I love those. And Jennifer Ford, who's the supervisor of animal care. Oh, hello. Yes.
He's ready for
He's ready.
Tell us about him. So this is Buckley. He's a 6-year-old shepherd mix. He was surrendered to us. Unfortunately, his caregivers' living arrangements changed and they couldn't keep him. So he was surrendered to us. He came in pretty shy, pretty nervous, but he's come all the way around and he really loves to go for walks. He loves treats. He is just content to hang out with whoever he's with. He's a pretty gentle, laid-back guy because he's a little bit older. But yeah, the puppy in him comes out once you pull out a leash and a collar. So he would make a good family pet. He would make also like a good acreage dog. He's a very versatile man, but all around just a lovely gentleman.
All right, and just to adopt Buckley, what are the steps?
So you can come on down here or you can give us a call, but ideally you would come on down, meet with him, and then we would have you fill in the appropriate paperwork. Our dog adoption fees right now for an adult dog, it's $25. That includes, he came to us neutered, but it would normally include the neuter or spay. He's fully vaccinated, he's got a microchip and a tattoo. So he comes with the whole works for $25.
All right, and I think I have another puppy over here. We have got, I think Connor's over here. Is Connor in there? We have to keep the dogs apart. And who is this?
This is Ted. Ted came in as a pretty skinny little dog. He was very emaciated. He's been a silly, fun guy who's been super social with everybody from the beginning. We've spent about a month putting weight on him, and he's done very, very well. Because of his past, he's very food motivated, loves the treats, is also a big fan of playing fetch with any balls that you may have.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, well, you are very adorable. Look, it's you. All right. So the satellite. I know that a lot of adoptions are here, but there's some satellite places. Can you share in that anymore?
For sure. So these satellite spots are a super helpful thing for us. It's a mutually beneficial thing for sure. We get a lot of adoptions coming through there. Another nice thing about those spots is that they're open when we aren't, so it covers a couple more hours, which is nice. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're going to throw to the main stage now. We're going to go to the main stage, and let's learn more about the Regina Humane Society's community outreach efforts.
All right, thank you very much. With Rebecca Carson, who is the Manager of Education and Outreach. Tell us a little bit of some of the outreach programs you're working on right now.
So in 2024, we had donated and distributed over 1,400 kilograms of food, and as well as have done over 2,200 subsidized microchipping. Now, in 2025, our biggest program that we've done so far is our Pet Connection Food Bank. And how that program works is that every 2 weeks, our amazing Regina Humane Society volunteers, they come and they pick up different donations from local businesses, organizations, and community members. They bring it here, we portion it into smaller sizes, and then we redistribute that to 12 different wonderful non-profit local organizations here in the city to be handed out to families and people who are in need of it. So far, since the beginning of March when we started, we've had 3 wonderful, successful rounds of that, and we have already distributed over 1,200 kilograms of food in the past month and a half. So that's been fantastic.
Definitely been fantastic. So where can people learn more if they want to learn about the outreach programs a little bit?
So if they want to learn more, they can go to the reginahumanesociety.ca. That's where we have all of the information about the programs that we offer, as well as any upcoming information about any pop-ups or any other programming that we do.
All right, once again, we want you to ring those phones, 639-709-9660 and reginahumanesociety.ca if you want to do online. We're going to go to a video clip now. Found abandoned with a hip injury. Pablo only knew a life filled with pain. That all changed when he arrived right here at the Regina Humane Society in August.
My daughter and I went to the Humane Society because I love going looking at all the animals. And as soon as I saw Pablo, I fell in love, and yeah, he had, you know, fractured hips, which I related to because, you know, I'm getting older and my hips aren't as good, so we bonded right away. He, you know, laid right in my arms, and that was that. He had surgery, so he was laying there, and those beautiful blue eyes, it just kind of clicked on me because we're the same, you know. The support that they give and take the time to fix the animals and make sure they get good homes, it's amazing. Without your guys' help and donations, yeah, these animals might not survive. And now he does everything and no signs of limping or pain or anything. A lot of cats land on their feet, but Pablo doesn't seem like he likes doing that. He can roll off the couch and just lay there, but he's just easygoing most times. Fun, like he likes having the Zooms. I definitely urge people to donate. If not money, if you can donate food, it just helps with keeping everything in order and helping out the animals. I deal with some health issues and stuff, and it's like I have my best friend. He'll lay with me, he'll make sure I'm okay. For me, it's a match made in heaven.
You know, one of the ways that we help people keep their pets with their family, and some of the resources that we provide range from advice and all kinds of things like that. But one of them, and one of the important ones, is actually behavior training and working with your dog to help them be the best dog that they can possibly be. And with us right now is Emily Garland. She's the training coordinator at the Regina Humane Society. And we've also got Bananas. And they're going to show us a couple of things here right now.
For sure. So one of the things that I really like to teach all of my puppies, regardless of the start that they've had, is how to greet people nicely. So one of the ways we can do that is making sure that we give them a cue that they're allowed to go visit versus them just pulling to get where they're going. Especially when they really enjoy people, like said Labrador, they can really want people very quickly and end up with some pretty bad manners if we don't help them and guide them through that. So one of the things I like to do is to teach them what we call a go-ahead cue, so that the dog needs to be under some level of control first. That may or may not include a sit, that's totally up to you. But I'm going to give her both a verbal cue and a hand signal that she can go meet somebody before she gets to do it on her by herself. Yeah, right. So I'm just going to say, go ahead, and then she can have her chance to meet up with whoever she would like to, providing her behavior is good. Now, if she was starting to jump or lick or otherwise get erratic, then I would bring her away and let her try again. So one of the things you want to do for your dog is be able to guide them through interactions proactively versus managing things once they go kind of astray. So simply by getting your dog to pay attention first and then allowing them to do the behavior that you were looking for, that can help you very easily with or without class that way.
That's awesome, and she's a sweetie too. She came over for a scratch when I came over here. Well, the Regina Humane Society has been connecting hearts and building families for 60 years. Here's more on how you can adopt a furry family member.
All right. Well, we are here with Annette Lorenz, manager of Pathway Planning. And we've got a little dog here. You're going to tell us about the dog and what's the process to adopt that dog?
What's the process? I think this is Eugene. I think that's what they told me when they put him into my arms. So if you were wanting to adopt this cute little guffer, you would come down to the Animal Community Center anytime afternoon, Tuesday to Sunday. We're open noon till 6, Tuesday to Sunday. Talk to one of our most awesome adoption counselors, and they'll walk you through the process. They'll do a meet and make sure it's a good fit.
So what's all included with the adoption?
So with the adoption, all animals come spayed, neutered, microchipped, tattooed, and started on their vaccinations. So, I mean, how can you go wrong?
Exactly. Like, how can you go wrong? Now, we talk about, there's lots of adoptions here. We can see them, but there's satellite options. Tell us a little bit about those, where they are.
There is. So we are partnered with some of the stores here in Regina for satellite adoptions. So PetSmarts, Petland, Pat's Pets, Cathedral Pets, Pet Value, just some of those, so you can visit them during regular store hours, view our animal, and then they can do the adoption right there in the store, and you can take your new pet home from the store.
So how many pets were adopted throughout the satellite program?
Just over 450. I think it was about 466.
Wow, that's so many pets being
Isn't that a
saved.
great partnership with all these?
So good, so good. If you want to go after supper, Petland, see a cat, it's all there.
And I just want to remind you, you can donate at any time here, 639-709-9660 throughout this entire telethon here, reginahumanesociety.ca. And also Eugene here that you're seeing tonight, he'll be available on Tuesday. So we're going to throw it on over to the main stage.
All right, what's our goal, boys?
Our goal is 80,000, but we'll take way more.
We will, absolutely we will. And I think we've actually got our very first total of the evening.
Let's see where we're at, fellas.
I'm told.
Right on.
So we'll maybe stand aside here.
What do you think, Aurora?
Let's go.
Let's see it. I'll do a drum roll, Aurora. You going to help me?
Plays drums, plays guitar. You know, here we go.
They're much better at it than me.
Come on. 100 grand, come on.
Okay.
$9,219. That's a pretty nice start.
Pretty good.
It's a great
That's
start.
a very nice start.
I
We
like
do
it.
need to get it up to the $26,000 if we're going to average to get our $80,000. So we
Yeah.
got a bit ways to go. We're only about half an hour in.
That's
but
right.
That is an awesome start, and thank you to everyone who has called in or gone online to donate. I'd like to introduce you to a very special person. To my left here, this is Oliver Colson, and he is here to present a check for $135. Do you have that?
Come on over. Let's slide Oliver over here with the rest of us.
Okay. He is donating $135 that he raised, and perhaps you could tell us a little bit about what you did to do that.
So I had a birthday very recently in January. So I decided to, instead of asking for the usual gifts, gift cards, that kind of thing, I instead asked my friends and family to donate a little bit of money for the Humane Society.
Well, that is absolutely spectacular, and you know, we really love it when we see young people get involved in the Humane Society with their caring and compassion and wanting to help out the animals. Why did you choose to support the RHS?
Well, I have been helping out and volunteering at the Humane Society for quite a while. I started out as a kitten reader and I'm still helping with the kittens today. And so I just thought might as well donate just some money to go along with it. Yeah.
Well, thank you very, very much. We appreciate you doing that. And as Oliver mentioned, he is part of our Kitty Reader program, which is a youth reading program. You can get information about that on our website at reginahumanesociety.ca.
So you could call yourself the Kitten Whisperer.
Good.
Yeah. We want to thank a few sponsors for making this happen. Of course, thank you to our hourly sponsor, Wheat and Kia, who are donning on the phones. And also Access Communications, partnering with the RHS, of course, for the last 37 years. We've got GV Audio for our microphones. And we'll talk about those in a little while.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? I'm just going to keep coming back to how much I love Aurora here. You can see her just behind my sheet of paper. that I'm holding up, Aurora, is going to be available for adoption sometime next week as well. And we're just so thankful and for people like you, Oliver, that are not only donating your time, but your money and just your energy and love for these animals in general. We really much appreciate you.
Well,
Thank you, Oliver.
One thing I can tell you for sure is the staff here at the Humane Society are dedicated to the animals and their care. Here's one of our animal care technicians to tell you more.
My name is Connor Evans. I'm an animal care tech at the Regina Humane Society. The cat communals, they're incredible. I think it's really important to have adopters see what a cat can be like with other cats in their house. Also, for that cat that was shut down, him having new friends in that communal and becoming more social with people is going to help that cat especially get adopted. Really everything in the shelter goes towards trying to make the average length of stay shorter for these animals. There's a dog named Lark that we have right now. She's just a super goofy girl, and honestly, she's one of the dogs that's just kind of shocking how long she's been here, considering how unique she is physically and how wonderful she is as a dog. We definitely make it our job to know the animals as well as we can so that we can send them in a direction that can help them. Well, donors can make an incredible difference. Everything at the shelter costs money. Staff costs money, food costs money. Extra unplanned things cost money. You know, we have a vet clinic in shelter here. It's very fulfilling. I think the small cases here and there where you feel like somehow you made a difference, those are really the big cases that mean a lot to me. Hearing about adoptions of animals that you learn to love in the shelter, it can definitely make your day, and it can make everything feel worth it. So, yeah.
All right, well, we are in the cat communal, and we have got Jennifer Ford here with, who have you got?
I've got Shark, and he doesn't live up to that name, although he does like to nibble a little bit in a playful way. But we've got him as approximately 2 years old. He was found stray and found himself here. He's been in this communal now for quite a while. I'm actually surprised he's still here. He's very playful. He's very snuggly. I don't know if the microphone can pick it up, but he's purring away right now. And he's in here with our buddy Dash. We decided to put him together. As you can see, Dash is a little bit heavier. Shark's his personal trainer, helps him to get around, chases him around. So yeah, he's just a little turkey. Looking to find somebody to love him and put up with his shenanigans.
All right. Well, Candace, you've got Dash.
Dash is a 4-year-old, very chonky boy. He is a big cuddler, and he is just purring away, and all he wants to do is be with his people. I always laugh every day. He's curled up in the corner there, and the only time he comes down is to go to the bathroom or eat, or when the girls come in with special enrichment toys, which are food. So he is a really great cat for somebody that's maybe looking for a lower key boy that just wants to snuggle.
Or with another little cat, that'll get him in shape.
Exactly. He needs a personal trainer, so that would be great.
All right. Now, in this area, is there more? How many cats are usually in this area?
At any given time, we can have up to, it depends on the age of the cat. So adults, we would typically have up to five in here. If we have kittens, we might have, 7 or 8 running around in here. It's a good space for them. They get to exercise. There's plenty of room to get up and climb like they naturally want to do. Oh, don't chew on Lisa. What are you doing? So it's a nice space for them if they can get along with other cats, which obviously these two do. They can spend time together getting a little bit more exercise than just sitting in a kennel. So yeah, we love this space.
I love this space. Do you love this space? Do you love living here with the cats?
This space was like the first space I was obsessed with when we first moved in. This is bigger than my dream.
Yeah, this is what your donations do, so we're very happy about that. So ring our phones. We're going to head over there right now and hear more about our special event.
Yes, I'd love to tell you more about it. I'm here with Dexter and Jessica, and I can't put Aurora down. Aurora fell asleep in my arms during the last segment, and she's just kind of going to stay with me for a while, at least until I have to sing. But so, as they mentioned, there's an event that's going to be coming up that's going to be another way to raise some funds for the Regina Humane Society. I'm working on this new tongue of mine here this evening. Can you tell us a little bit about this event called Ales for Tales?
Yeah, so Ales for Tales is the perfect gathering for pet lovers to get together, have a good time, have some drinks at Bushwhackers on May 27th. There will be a silent auction, a 50-50, and it will overall be a wonderful time.
That's awesome. And so what all, is there a specific thing that money that's raised for at Ales for Tales, is there something specific, or is it just a general support for this, for the Humane Society?
Yeah, it all comes back to support the animals and the work that we do here at the Humane Society. We still have a couple tickets left. They are available on our website. Get them now. And if you miss out on getting tickets for Ales for Tales, there will also be Pints for Paws in the fall.
Ales for Tales, Pints for Paws, and I don't know, I'm trying to think of something clever here to say about Aurora, but Aurora is an absolute sweetheart. I hope that people are looking forward to making this phone call shortly after here. I want to remind you as well, the number to call is 639-709-9660. You can also go to reginahumanesociety.ca. There you'll find donation links. You'll find more information about where all of this money is going to be going. And you'll also just find out what just a bunch of wonderful people that are volunteering here at here with the Regina Humane Society. There are just a bunch of wonderful hearts here. So we want to throw to a video clip here. Work at the Regina Humane Society starts bright and early every morning. Let's watch what the Society's animal care technicians are doing on the job.
Early each morning, the lights go on and the day begins for staff and animals at the Regina Humane Society. There's a lot to do before the Animal Community Center opens to the public. Daily cleaning for an average of 100 puppies, kittens, dogs, cats, and other small animals is a huge task, taking several hours every day. Pets receive daily care during their temporary stay at the Animal Community Center, including holidays when the center is closed to the public. Animal care technicians begin by ensuring every animal receives a nutritional breakfast. After feeding, staff begin the physically demanding work of cleanup. Outfitted in scrubs, smocks, and gloves, and other personal protective equipment, animal care technicians spray, scrub, and wipe each pet adoption suite and communal space. Water dishes are disinfected and refilled. Dirty food dishes are removed. Fresh litter pans are placed in the cat adoption areas. The dog suites are scrubbed clean. Keeping these temporary living quarters clean and sanitary is key to ensuring the health and safety of people and animals. Throughout the cleaning process, animal care technicians check each pet's bedding to ensure that it is tidy. Cats and dogs use scent to feel comfortable in their space. Leaving their blankets and beds in place helps to calm and comfort them. Each day, pets are given toys and enrichment items to play with. This creates a stimulating environment that encourages them to explore, think, and be well mentally and physically. These seemingly small details provide pets with some of the comforts of home during their stay. Cleanup and animal care continues throughout the day, including the monitoring of physical and emotional well-being. Many animals enter the Regina Humane Society requiring medical attention. Animal care technicians work with the Society's veterinary team to monitor ill and injured animals, quickly reporting any concerns to the on-site animal hospital. Working together, staff ensure all animals stay happy and healthy. Many pets enter the Regina Humane Society dirty, matted, and showing evidence of neglect. Animal care technicians often see animals with tangled fur matted to their skin, coated with oil, dirt, or feces, and nails so long they have curled. Staff work to restore coats to their natural beauty and trim overgrown nails. Grooming keeps these animals comfortable during their stay and gives them the soft human touch they are so eager to receive. Although animal care technicians have many responsibilities, staff make time in their busy day for every animal. Whether it is cuddling a kitten or walking a dog, staff ensure animals get exercise, fresh air, and most importantly, love and attention until they are adopted. The Regina Humane Society is a place where animals are given food, water, and shelter, and for some, It is a place to heal from the past. With your generous support, the Society is able to meet the many needs of our community's most vulnerable animals and offer what they desire most, a second chance at life and love.
All right, I'm here with Dr. Catherine Ball, Director of Veterinary Care here at the Regina Humane Society. And Dr. Ball, let's talk a little bit about spay and neuter. Amazing, but more than 2,000 spay and neuter surgeries last year done by veterinarians here. Why is it so important to get this done?
Spay and neuter is really important for a number of reasons. Certainly there are health benefits to our pets from spaying and neutering, some behavioral benefits. Urine marking, for example, is reduced when we neuter our cats and dogs. Makes them easier to live with, so nice added bonus to the health benefits. But one of the things we think about most at the shelter is we have a lot of pets here because they came from litters, puppies and kittens that nobody planned to have. And if we spay and neuter our pets, we don't get those litters that are unexpected, and it really reduces the number of animals that end up having to come find new homes.
How long does that process take?
So we have our hospitalized patients come in the morning of surgery. They are examined, they get sedation, we perform the surgery. The surgery itself, depending on species and the procedure, can be anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes, sometimes longer. And then they need a few hours to recover afterwards to wake up.
Okay, so definitely always important to spay and neuter when you're looking at your pet here at the Humane Society. Call 639-709-9660 once again to donate, or you can go to the website reginahumanesociety.ca or scan the QR code when it appears on your screen. Once again, donations are tax deductible. Visa and MasterCard are accepted. Now let's go back to the main stage, where I believe we're going to have a very special performance from songwriter and songwriter Chris Henderson.
Well, that's going to be a special performance for sure, but how about this performance right here? We've got Eugene, and who do you have, Amanda?
I have Philip.
And Philip, and they are siblings. We've got 7 puppies, I believe, in our little puppy pen, and they're about 7 weeks old, I think, and I understand they're going up for adoption next week too, so we will be opening up for adoptions Tuesday at noon. So if you are interested, please make sure that you give us a call. I'd also like to thank once again our hourly sponsor for our 6 o'clock hour, Wheaton Kia. They've been manning the phones and taking your calls, but I see a couple of phones are empty, so let's get the phones ringing at 639-709-9660.
Now we are in for an incredible performance you're going to hear from singer-songwriter Chris Henderson, who is local to Saskatchewan here.
I am, yeah. But even back in Regina these days.
Yep. Thanks for being here, Chris. I think this is
My
the
pleasure.
4th or 5th one you've done, I think.
I think I've probably even more than that.
It could
I don't
be,
know. I've been
so
here for a while.
take
It's
it
always
away.
my pleasure, though.
All right.
Who doesn't like a gig where you can cuddle puppies in between singing and being on stage? Here's a song that I wrote with my friend named Steve Mitchell. It's called Never Seen Saskatchewan. Summer night, 22nd Street. Pine of 016 takes the edge off the heat. Wheat kings, pretty things, running back to Saskatoon. Load up the truck, set out at 5. In a couple hours we'll be thrown out of line. Getting right, catching pikes, life is good in Waskasoo. It's the moonlights and the gentle waves on the crystal clear Last Mountain Lake, where the sun goes down and the skies light up like diamonds. It's the amber fields and the prairie pride. It's the come on in, 'cause it's cold outside. You think that we're just miles and miles, nothing rolling on and on. Honey, you have never seen Saskatchewan. Well, I live in Regina now, but I originally come from Estevan, so I had to throw a little homage to my hometown in the verse 2. Rank burgers, ketchup and fries. Zamboni circling round and round on the ice. The wings are back, the barn is packed. It's hockey night in Estevan. Grain elevators, Ukrainian names. The foul suppers, Rough Rider games. Outside the northern lights dance a supernatural dance. It's the moonlights and the gentle waves on the crystal clear Last Mountain Lake, where the sun goes down and the skies light up like diamonds. It's the amber fields and the prairie pride. It's the come on in, 'cause it's cold outside. You think that we're just miles and miles, nothing rolling on and on. Honey, you have never seen Saskatchewan. If I could paint, I'd paint a masterpiece, and I'd show you what this land of living skies has shown to me. It's the moonlight and the gentle waves on the crystal clear Last Mountain Lake, where the sun goes down and the skies light up like diamonds. It's the amber fields and the prairie pride. It's the come on in, 'cause it's cold outside. You think that we're just miles and miles, nothing rolling on and on. Honey, you have never seen Saskatchewan. Honey, you have never seen Saskatchewan. I'm going to throw out a challenge to all the musicians. Call us tonight and donate a few bucks.
In mid-July, 5-year-old Wilbur was found stray in a rural community. He needed help and was brought to the Regina Humane Society. Examination by shelter veterinarians revealed large In mid-July, 5-year-old Wilbur was found stray in a rural community. He needed help and was brought to the Regina Humane Society. Examination by shelter veterinarians revealed large spurs of bone protruding from his deformed leg. X-rays found shocking news. Bullet fragments were present. The injury was a result of being shot. Unfortunately, the wound healed poorly and likely caused chronic pain. The decision was made to amputate. Wilbur's life-changing surgery was a success, thanks to the skilled hands of the Regina Humane Society veterinary team. The friendly and affectionate cat continued his healing journey with an experienced foster family. Wilbur adapted well to life on 3 legs, and soon he was ready to find a family to call his own. A few short weeks after his arrival, Wilbur won the hearts of a special family. With your support, the Regina Humane Society can provide life-saving medical care, a safe place to heal, and the opportunity to find a loving home for thousands of animals every year. Whether Wilbur is soaking up cuddles, lounging on the couch, or curling up in a warm spot, he is making the most of his new life. Pledge now and help more animals, just like Wilbur, experience the love of a family.
Well, we're back here after that video. We're here with Amber Morton and actually Wilbur, who is getting a little freaked out with all the people around here, so he's calming down a little bit. But tell us any great stories you've had with Wilbur. What's it like?
Well, every day whenever I come home from work, he really likes to try to run out the door, and then I have stairs going down to the next apartment, so he likes to go run down the stairs. And then he'll just plop onto the floor. He doesn't care about anything else. He just wants to lay there and chill out. So he just, and Trillin the entire way. So he's just so cute.
So it's probably one of the best things you've done is adopt Wilbur. He sure is a sweetheart. Any other kind of neat things, any stories?
He loves to trill. I think that's probably the thing I've noticed the most about him is that you can tell when he's coming into the room because he will trill the entire time, like making those happy sounds. Yeah. And he does it all the time. Like it's such an everyday occurrence. So I love it. It's my favorite sound.
Well, it's just cool that a tragedy like that can turn out so well. Yeah. And obviously he's with the right family. Mm-hmm. So we really thank you for adopting him too. And we have only one phone available. So please, let's see this guy over here? Phone this guy right here, right now. Even give $5. Look under your couch right now. See if you got some under the cushions. And the number is 639-709-9660. And families are actually built around the Regina Humane Society every day. One staff member shares their thoughts.
My name is Bridget Lennon, and I am an adoption counselor at the Regina Humane Society. I work with the animals every single day, so I get to see them from when they come in to when they go out. We are also able to spend time with them and get to know their personalities so that we can ensure that they go to the best home possible. You want to make sure that they're a good fit so that not only are the pet happy, but also the customer as well. I was on the telethon last year, and I had formed a really emotional bond with the dog Morty. And to see him go home, he was such a sweet dog that just needed the right people to make sure that they take care of him. Donations kind of run this place. Like we couldn't do our jobs without donations. We couldn't take care of the animals to the best of our abilities. Multiple donations can go to, feeding, housing the animals, but lots of them go to medical as well. I mean, bringing an animal into your home is an incredible experience. It's full of love, a home full of love and happiness. I love to see our adopted animals come back. I love to meet them again and see how happy and bright that they are and talk to the adopters and how their experience has been for the past few months. And we love when you bring in your animals.
And that's what it's all about. I am standing here with Lindsay West, who is the Director of Operations here with RHS. And we also have our friend Dexter. What I'm learning tonight is that there's an unusually high number of incoming animals that is coming into the Regina Humane Society. Can you tell us a little bit about why you think that might be and what kind of challenges and stuff that's bringing with it?
Yeah, we had just under 3,800 animals come in 2024, which is significantly higher. The economy is struggling right now. People are struggling, so that's playing a part in it. Veterinary care, animal care is expensive.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all understand that these days. Life has gotten a little bit more expensive. There's a lot of variables that are happening in the world right now. When you get new animals, what kind of intake procedures do you end up doing with friends like Dexter here? What does that look like?
First thing we do in every situation is we check for identification, because if we can get that animal home as soon as possible, that is our goal. But if we can't, then we're checking them over to make sure that they're healthy, they don't have any health issues that need to be addressed right away. We're doing their sex and their age, and we're booking them into our system and giving them vaccinations so that they can remain safe while they're here in the shelter.
Yeah, you touched on a couple of really important points. There was one thing I learned this year as well, is that there was 488 pets that were returned to their families by the Humane Society this year, which is just wonderful. I can't even imagine how upset I would be if I lost my pets. I've had them try to run away on me a few times. That's about the only time you can see me sprinting, is if I'm trying to catch up with them. But why is it important for people to get their pet licenses and tattoos and microchips and that sort of thing? I might have just basically explained it, but I'd like to hear it from you.
No, I mean, animals like Dexter can't give us their address and tell us where they live. And so the only way we can get animals home is if we know who their owner is. So it's really important to make sure that they're licensed and they're tattooed or microchipped. And the contact information needs to remain up to date or it won't help us at all.
And last question for you. What should people do if they lose their pet?
They should come down and have a look, but they should file a lost report and go on our website. And we've got a bunch of pet recovery tips on there for them to follow.
Well, and we would absolutely love to reunite you with your pet if you happen to have an unfortunate situation where you do lose track of them. You can also support the Regina Humane Society while picking up the essentials for your pet. Let's see where Lisa and our roving camera are hanging out now.
Well, I am in the Adopt Shop with Bill Thorne, and Bill's been on my show a few times, and I always tell you to bring an animal. You never do, but today I have Rhea.
And this is Chachi, 6 weeks old.
Chachi. So
and very vocal.
They are very vocal. I'm just trying to be... Oh. Very good. Now, when people adopt an animal, cats and dogs, they need things.
Well, they do, especially new pet parents that maybe don't have a pet already. But even those that do, they've got a new one, an extra one, additional member of the family. So the Adopt Shop is designed to provide the basics. As you can see behind, we've got lots of leashes and collars, cat toys and dog toys, and we try and have some new things. So if you're here today and you maybe visit us again in a couple of months, there's some different things too. So we wanted to make it a little bit different and a place where people can pick up some stuff. We also have some food that's the same as the food that we give them here, so that they can transition slowly when they get them home.
I love all the colors. I mean, as a female, I probably have to dress my dog up to match.
We try and change that up a little bit too. These ones we have, the rainbow of colors, if you will, pretty steadily. And on the other side, we have some different types of patterns and some camo patterns and that kind of thing too, to try and get something for everybody.
Yeah. Now I think I see some cat food across from me. We see a lot of cat bowls, dog bowls, carrying cases, which are really important if you're going to transport your animal.
Well, absolutely. And these black ones here, these Petami ones, are very, very, very popular. We sell quite a few of those, but also KMR, as you pointed out, which is kitten milk replacer that some young ones like this sometimes might want to stay on a little bit as they transition to different food in the new home.
Yeah, and I guess if you're a little lazy of a dog walker, you can buy the dog automatic ball launcher.
Yeah, you can. These ones are for small dogs. They're like little tennis balls that are a bit smaller than regular ones. But once they get the hang of it, they can drop the ball in there and it pitches it across the yard. They go get it, bring it back, put it in. It's actually quite a bit of fun.
Yeah, I think taking care of an animal is a lot of work, and I even it's very stretching. Like I have to work out. The Kong. I think of like working their teeth and keeping their...
Yeah, Kongs are very popular. They're very rugged. They last a long time, and we do carry some in different sizes depending on the size of your pet.
Yeah, there's a lot of great toys here. Even the cats, those little feathers. You got to keep them going, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we do hope people will stop by. Whether they're adopting or not, you can certainly come and give us a visit, even if you're not adopting at the time.
All right, well, let's see where we're going to throw here. Well, we're going to go to the main stage. I think we might have... our goal tonight's $80,000, so let's hear more from them.
Yes, Lisa, main stage, we have a new total. So let's take a look what we got behind us. We'll spread out. And our new total. $15,297. Getting there. But we still need a lot more.
So keep ringing those phones, 639-709-9660. You can call right now and make your donation to help out little puppies like little 7-week-old Rapunzel beside me here. And we have some really great friends beside us here. We have Darcy and Brandy from Boston Pizza. And they have done an incredible fundraiser that I want to ask you Brandy, about.
Yeah, so this year we are donating from our Valentine's Day program, where we sell paper hearts and digital hearts, and then $1 from each of our really great desserts called salted caramel panukis. And then, of course, our heart-shaped pizzas, which is a legend in Regina. We have lots of guests come through and pick up a Valentine's Day pizza.
Now, I know Boston Pizza loves to support our community, so I just have to ask, why Regina Humane Society?
We do, absolutely. Our theme or our focus is looking after local, and we have a lot of animal lovers within the group, including myself and Darcy. So we're really happy to choose the Humane Society on a bigger level this year.
All right, well, let's find out what that check presentation is. Wow. $5,426.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
Brandy and Darcy with Boston Pizza, Regina.
We cannot say thank you enough, and I think it's very fitting that you chose Valentine's Day. It's all about the love, and the love is really what raises money and is going to help animals, just like little Aurora here. We can't thank Boston Pizza enough, and we have got some other folks to thank here tonight as well. Access Communications, wow. They've been partnering with the Regina Humane Society for 37 years. Together we've raised with them $1.5 million for animals in need, saving thousands of lives. That's really something incredible. We'd like to say thank you to GB Audio for the mics that you see all over the telethon tonight, as well as, Boston Pizza. They just don't stop with raising funds through their fundraising event. They also provided catering for our telethon. So thank you twice to Boston Pizza, and thank you to Frontier Supply Chain Solutions for delivering the incentive prizes that all of you who donate will be receiving tonight. So thank you very much, and we hope that people will ring those phones and make your pledge now. The phone number is 639-709-9660.
All right, let's actually check in with the phones and see how things are going.
It's nice to see that the phones are getting a little bit busier, Rory.
Yeah, they are actually. It's great. There is one individual at the table right now that does not have a call. So please, for Jasmine, the puppy that I'm holding now, ring that phone.
And we want to remind you that number to call is 639-709-9660. And, the last folks were just thanking a bunch of sponsors. We want to thank the 7 o'clock hour sponsor, Urban Cellars over on Quants. They've been a wonderful partner for the Regina Humane Society. And it's wonderful to see them partnering here again this year.
That's right. I understand that they have libations and whatnot there.
They have all kinds of things that, can help you improve your mood. So make sure you stop in and say hello and thank them for their wonderful support of this event.
And remember, you guys can actually donate online as well. And you can use the QR code on your screen and donate that way.
Absolutely. We want to remind you the number to call again is 639-709-9660. You can go to reginahumanesociety.ca and you can find places to donate online there. You can also use the QR code that you can see down on the bottom right-hand corner, or bottom left-hand corner. I guess it's right hand. My right hand, your left hand. Also want to remind you that we are looking to raise $80,000 tonight. So that means we need to have about $27,000 an hour in order to meet that goal. And I think we're a little bit behind, but I have faith in the people from this wonderful area that we're going to hit that goal tonight.
This whole area is so generous. We thank you each and every year for what you do. Now it's time to just check under your couch cushions, see what you have there. Well, you want to run in with cash, change, doesn't matter. If you want to write a check, bring it down here. You can make it payable to Rory Allen, then I'll just sign it over here. Just whatever you want. But we need the phones. The phones are starting to get busy.
And the incentive for you to write it to Rory, and then we're kidding about that, of course. But we do want to remind you that Visa and MasterCard are welcome and that donations are tax deductible. So if you're looking for a nice little write-off as we get close to the end of tax season here, this would be a wonderful place to put your money. And we also want to remind you one more time as well to watch on AccessNow. We want to thank them for their wonderful partnership, and you can check that out both on Access as well as online. Okay, from there, we'd like to tell you about animal protection officers that are on duty 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Let's see what they're doing for us.
The Regina Humane Society Animal Protection Officers are on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to assist animals in crisis. These first responders provide emergency services to lost, injured, and abused animals. Officers respond to calls at all hours to help animals who require urgent care and attention. The Regina Humane Society believes this service is a vital part of its life-saving mission. Without the quick response of dedicated officers, many at-risk animals would face an unknown future. Regina Humane Society officers ensure a safe community for people and pets and respond to a diverse range of emergency calls, from dangerous dogs to injured animals to those in imminent peril or distress. They include investigation of animal cruelty complaints and seizure of animals where warranted under provincial and federal legislation. The Regina Police and Fire Departments, as well as mobile crisis services, also rely on animal protection officers to assist with animal-related incidents in the city throughout the day and night. The Regina Humane Society is a safety net for any animal in need of emergent aid. Your donation will ensure that the Regina Humane Society is there, around the clock, to provide critical rescue and care to animals in our community.
And we are back here at the main stage. My name's Amanda, and I am here with our good friends here at the Regina Humane Society. We have Connor, we have Candace, and we have Jennifer. Now, also Bill at the end.
He's here too.
He's here. And we want to talk about these sweet puppies that we have in our hands. I have Rapunzel still. She was so playful earlier, and now she's sleeping. And who do you have?
This is little Philip. He's a little cuddly monster as well.
Let me get over here.
And I have the very sweet Jasmine. She's the quiet one of the crew, clearly.
And I have Belle, who is just a little snuggler as well. They all seem to want to snuggle right now.
Now let me ask you guys about their story. So they're so little. How did they come into the care under the Regina Humane Society?
They came in at about a week old. Mom was found on the side of the highway. Mom is also an absolute sweetheart like the rest of the puppies. And we've been taking care of them since. They've been out in foster.
Bit of a rough start, I would say. And
Yeah.
I understand that these guys are going to be up for adoption next week. Not quite.
They'll be going up for adoption tomorrow.
Oh,
Well, we're open for adoption viewing on Tuesday.
On
but
Tuesday.
They'll
So
be
they'll be
going
going
up for adoption and foster on Tuesday. So if you're interested in adopting these guys, they can be adopted as early as Tuesday, but they won't be ready to go home until next week. So
Should remind you as well that all the cat and dog adoptions at the Regina Humane Society include spay-neuter surgery, vaccinations, tattoo, microchip, and a post-adoption veterinary exam. So that's something that's very, very important. That saves you a ton of dough on those expenses. So it's a very, very good deal, and we do hope that people will take advantage of that and come visit us soon.
So you can donate at any time. Ring those phones. We're always asking you 639-709-9660, reginahumanesociety.ca to donate to such an incredible cause so they can help give these guys a loving family. And Bill, we are going to go over to Animal Protection Services.
We are. Last year, Animal Protection Services at the Regina Humane Society investigated more than 800 suspected cases of cruelty and neglect. Let's learn more right now.
Yeah, tough to learn more about this, but we do need to. It's an important part to learn, the Regina Humane Society. I'm here with Officer Zaff, Assistant Supervisor of Animal Protection Services. And I guess first off, what laws govern your department's investigations?
So here in Saskatchewan, it's the Animal Protection Act of Saskatchewan, but there also is the Criminal Code of Canada. So there could be investigations and charges under both those. So, yeah.
We always want it to be zero, but how many cruelty and neglect reports did you receive in 2024?
It was about 865 cruelty investigations. Yeah, a lot.
So what role does the community play in these cases to help out?
So the community is, they are our eyes and ears. So, you know, a lot of our cases are, they come to us through the community, right? They're our eyes and ears. Lots of times they're our evidence, right? Sometimes it's pictures, sometimes it's videos, sometimes it's statements. And that information is very important to us because if we aren't seeing that, we need that to be able to go forward with files and cases.
Now, some people like to remain anonymous when they're providing some of the information. How does that affect the investigation?
So it can make it difficult because that could be our initial information, our initial contact, our initial evidence. So that being said, you know, it's hard to go forward with some of our cases and files if we don't have the people coming forward and providing that.
Now, one animal that definitely helped because of this was Archer. Let's go meet him through this video clip.
In May, Regina Humane Society Animal Protection Services received a report about multiple dogs living in unsuitable conditions. The surroundings were shocking. Archer was found with 16 additional adult dogs and 9 puppies living in a crowded space. Dirt, urine, and feces clung to their matted coats. Only the essentials for survival, a bit of food, and a little bit of dirty water were provided. Archer and the other canines were transported to the Regina Humane Society for immediate care. The dogs required extensive bathing and grooming to remove the mats and feces from their coats. Only then could staff really begin to work on improving their socialization. Despite what they had experienced, Archer was a friendly and gentle pup. In foster care, he started to reveal his true personality. He was curious about the world, enjoyed walks, car rides, and cautiously meeting new people. Staff knew this sweet little guy was going to be a wonderful addition to any family. However, Archer waited and waited. He spent his days meeting potential adopters and nights enjoying the creature comforts of a loving foster home. In August, his turn finally came. A special person visited the shelter and left with a lifelong companion. After nearly 3 months in the care of the Regina Humane Society, Archer is thriving in his new home. He spends his days cuddling with his family and enjoys a nice walk. He is a treasured member of his new family. The work of Animal Protection Services is made possible by donors like you. The Regina Humane Society receives no government funding for this vital service. Once destined for a life of neglect, Archer will never endure such hardship again. Your donation tonight allows the Regina Humane Society to provide programs and services that support animal wellness, recovery, and adoption, giving every animal a chance at a better life. Call now and show these animals you care.
And just another example of what we're willing to do to help these animals. I have gotten down on one knee, which is not something that I do very often, but very thankful to have our friend Jessica here bringing Archer along to tell a bit about Archer's story. I just had the chance to meet Archer backstage, and he's just an absolute sweetheart. When you hear stories about what they've come through and they still have just a pure love and a pure heart like they do, you know, that's the kind of thing that just makes me want to see every single one of these animals that are helped. So, Jessica, can you tell us a little bit about how Archer's been doing in his new home?
Doing great. He's really kind of settled in really quickly. He does get a little nervous in new situations, but at home he's always like calm, content, doesn't get into anything, just kind of is a perfect addition to the home, just fit right in, honestly.
And that's the most wonderful part when you see this kind of thing. What would you say is the most rewarding part about bringing Archer into your home?
I would just say every day, honestly. He brings so much joy to our home, and he just came in so full of love and so full of just joy for us, so every day has been great.
That's absolutely wonderful. I mean, like I said, to see the pure hearts and the pure love of these animals is that you get to really understand why it is that we're doing and what we're doing, and why the wonderful folks here at the Regina Humane Society do what they do as well. I want to remind you to call in 639-709-9660, or you can go to reginahumanesociety.ca to make your donation this evening. I'd like to show you another video clip here, or would like to throw it to the main stage and to see every donation helps. It's time to check in with another update from the fellas.
3 guys, 3 cats. Let's get a new total.
That sounds like a movie.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Come on. Oh yeah, baby.
24/7/33. After the first hour, we're shooting for 26,000 on average, so we're getting pretty darn close to that.
Yep.
So thank you to everyone who has called in. Still some phones that are not ringing, and this is Dexter, and he's about 4 months old, and he says that everybody should call us right now.
And this is Liv,
I heard him. He said
7 weeks old, and she's been talking the whole time I picked her up. She was climbing me like a, like a tree.
Yes, they want us to phone and also type. I'm sure they could probably type Regina Humane Society on a laptop, .ca.
Yeah.
You can online donation. I know that's the way to do things a lot these days. It's perfect. It's easy. It's simple. You can pay with a Visa and MasterCard.
Should also remind people, too, that we do have some incentives as well. With a $100 donation, you get some Regina Humane Society cart coins for when you go do your groceries. I know I have some, and they're really good. Come in handy all the time. Dexter's getting a little There you go. Okay, and for a $250 donation, we have a Regina Humane Society. It's a very nice car blanket too. So, and if you do the $250, you get both those.
I know that blanket's nice.
It is nice.
I have one myself. It's actually quite soft and beautiful, and it travels well.
Well, let's go to our roving camera right now. I believe it's in the vet clinic to learn a little bit more about what the Regina Humane Society does.
All right. Well, I do love those blankets, and I do have many of those cart coins, so they are awesome, so get your donations in. But I'm here with Dr. Catherine Ball, and we're talk about a little bit more about the vet clinic. And I know that this is sort of new. Like, you had something at the old clinic, but this is bigger. How beneficial is this to have the vet clinic?
Having a well-appointed, spacious veterinary clinic has made a big difference in the care we've been able to provide to the animals over the last year. We're able to provide more dental procedures. We're able to take care of more wounds and provide attention to a greater number of animals. We've got space that we can perform more surgeries than we could at the old facility. So it's really made a big difference.
Yeah. So what is the day in the life of Dr. Ball like?
A day in the life of the shelter veterinarians can vary quite a bit. It can be a day of sterilization surgeries, spay, neuter, and we run a large number in a day, so that can occupy your veterinarian's whole day. We also have animals that come into the shelter that are sick or injured, otherwise in need of medical attention. And so we're able to bring these animals down to the clinic. We can examine them, give them the treatments or medication that's required. And again, there's enough of those to occupy a veterinarian's whole day, every day, just getting everybody healthy enough to get out to new homes.
Yeah. There's no breaks here.
We do take breaks, but they
Cuddle
are
breaks?
far between, and a lot of them involve fuzzy friends.
Now, I want you to briefly touch on the importance of neutering and spaying, because all those animals that leave here are neutered and spayed. So talk about the importance of that, but to other people who have animals.
Spay-neuter is so important to us here because we have a large number of animals that come in every day in need of a home because they were an unplanned litter. Puppies and kittens that nobody was expecting, they were oops pregnancies. And so spaying and neutering really prevents that from happening.
Well, I love what you do, Dr. Ball. This is a beautiful space, so thanks for having us. We're going to throw to the phones right now. The Regina Humane Society has introduced a new initiative for those who love the countryside and have a heart for dogs and needing a forever home.
Hi, so we are over here at the phones. I have Annette beside me here, and we also have Garth, who we want to talk about Pet Pals. Annette, what is it?
So Prairie Pals, so what it is, it's a mailing list that goes out, and on this list is dogs like Garth, who, whoops. So these are dogs that we think might be well suited for a farm and acreage. You know, maybe might be happier running a little freer life. A dog like Garth, who would make the quintessential farm dog.
And he's actually really good. I will say we do have little puppies, like the puppies I've been holding all night here, like Rapunzel and Eugene. They're sleeping right over here. And he's focused on these treats. He's amazing. So this is Garth. And how do we sign up for Prairie Pals as well and learn more about that on dogs that need to be going out to farms?
So on our website, you can sign up. Just go to www.reginahumanesociety.ca. Just under our adoptables, you'll see the Prairie Pals headline, and you can just put your name on the mailing list. We'll send an email of dogs that are probably candidates about every 2 to 3 weeks.
Awesome. And we also are taking donations still, 639-709-9660 for the Regina Humane Society Telethon. Support us, reginahumanesociety.ca, and we're going to head on over to the main stage with Lee and Rory.
Yes, yes. I think it's time for a song. And what will you be singing, Bill?
Well, you know, Kumbaya.
Yes, Bill, tell us.
I think we'll go with Rory.
Yeah, I think that would be much better. And before he gets going, I just want to thank Rory for... We were trying to figure out how many years you've joined us for the Humane Society Telethon. Over 20 for sure.
Over 20, yeah. I think it's 22 maybe.
Yeah,
I remember I was 12 when I did my first telethon.
Just a little buckaroo. I remember. But I always say it's not the same show without you here. So really, really happy to welcome you back.
Appreciate it. What an honor it is to help all our furry friends and get homes. And thank you so much over the years for supporting the Humane Society Telethon. So
okay.
from us. I'm going to sing a song. Any Elvis fans out there? I want you guys to phone in during this song. I think you'll like this one. Here we go. You can even crank up the music a little more. Well, little sister, don't you? Well, little sister, don't you? Well, little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice? Say it's very nice and then you run out. Let's go to the phones. Well, little sister, don't you do what your big sister done? I dated your big sister. I took her to a show. I went for some candy, and along came Jim Dandy, and they snuck right out the door. Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you? Well, little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice? Say it's very nice, and then you run. She's always running like a cat. Well, little sister, don't you do what your big sister done? Now every time I see your sister, she's got somebody new. She's mean and she's evil like the little old weevil. Guess I'll try my luck with you. Little sister, don't you? Well, little sister, don't you? Well, little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice and say it's very nice and then you run. You need to get on the phone, don't you? Well, little sister, don't you do what your big sister done? I used to pull your pigtails and pinch your turnip nose. You've been growing and baby it's been showing from your head down to your toes. Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you? It's just like a ladies' night in Weyburn. Little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice? Say it's very nice and then you run. Gotta get in the phones, you guys. Well, little sister, don't you do what your big sister done? Well, little sister, don't you do what your big sister done? Well, little sister, don't you do what your big sister done?
We had just lost our cat of 1 year of age, and we were feeling like something was missing from our lives. And my work is so great, and we have volunteer work that we do often. And I just happened to be there when Clover had just come in. Animal control went and got her and picked her up, and it had looked like maybe an entire can of paint was either dumped on her, maybe she fell in the paint. It was covered all over her coat, and it was in the middle of winter time, so she had no way of keeping herself warm. And the first thing that she did was lick my face when I picked her up and gave me kisses, and I just thought from that moment on that this might be the cat for us.
She clicked right away. She was really cuddly and cute.
It was almost like instant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know how, but she seems to be perfect with our other two cats as well.
She's still a kitten,
Yeah.
so she's knocking stuff off tables, and when the adult cats are sleeping, she's swatting at their tails, annoying them at times.
Working from home definitely has a lot of benefits, and getting to stay home all day with my animals is probably the biggest one.
I think Clover ends up on a lot of video conference calls with her being home.
Absolutely.
Working from home.
Some of the people I meet with expect to see her. She's probably the most cuddly cat I've ever met, and that's what I love. And we sleep together every single night.
The people at the Regina Humane Society, when they first took her in, I think they regained her trust with humans and took really good care of her and cleaned her up, and I think she gained trust and felt she was going to be safe with them and find a good home with someone.
Our work, we do a lot of what we call impact days, and me being a huge animal lover, the Humane Society is always my top choice. And just from my experience being there, you see all of the hard work that every single person, every role has such a significant impact.
All the money that goes to the Regina Humane Society goes back into saving these animals, treating these animals, taking care of them. There's so many things that the animals need when they come into the Regina Humane Society that it's nice if people can help donate.
She is so good with our cats and with people. In my opinion, I think animals are the greatest medicine for humans. They really are. And without organizations like the Humane Society, we wouldn't have that.
All right, well, I am here with Jennifer, and we have Briar. Tell us, Briar's up for adoption. Tell us a little bit about him.
So Briar's another one of our older gentlemen in the shelter. He came to us stray. We don't know a whole lot about him, excuse me, but he's 8, so we guess. Yeah. He's a little more quiet, a little bit more low-key. He's more the kind of guy, he can smell the puppies on everybody, and he's very interested. He's a low-key guy. He doesn't really, want to be rambunctious or romp around and play. He's more of a just hang out and chill kind of guy, just happy to be with the people he's with. So if you need a quieter man in your life and not a party animal, this is your guy. He's super sweet.
He feels a bit thin.
I think that's more due to just where we found him, or he was found on the side of the road on a highway. So again, we don't really know what his previous circumstances were. So we're just trying our best to get him to a happier, healthier place and make sure he can find himself a forever home.
Well, those are the dogs that get the most love. I know mine has the couch, has everything. So give them love. That's what they deserve. All right, we're going to go over see Connor, and he has Garth. Garth. All right, well, Connor, tell us a little bit about Garth.
So Garth was on the TV just a little bit ago. Garth is a 1-year-old Shepherd Pyrenees cross. He's a very social guy. He does well with really all people. He would do well with kids. He'd do well in a family home. He's also a dog that would excel on a larger piece of land. If you're someone who has an acreage or a farm, something like that, he'd love that too.
I feel like he needs a family with a lot of energy.
That's right, that's right. We do have a lot of energy, and we're a big, strong guy who likes to play, so need somebody who can get that energy out of him.
Can you tell us anything about Garth's weight, or a little bit about, just so people can understand how big he is?
I'm not sure exactly how much he weighs, but he is a big dog. I mean, he's pretty well built. He's kind of a rotund little guy. Healthy weight, but just a big structure,
He does look very good. Garth, you are adorable. Is Garth up for adoption?
Yes, Garth is up for adoption, and you can see all the dogs up for adoption on our website as well.
Garth is aiming to come home with you. So give those phones a ring if you can't get a dog, donate, and help us out. But Garth is available for adoption. All right, we're going to throw to the main stage right now. The Regina Humane Society knows that more lives can be saved by working together. So here's how one veterinary clinic is extending a helping hand.
Yes, Lee, Chris, Lisa, joined by Dr. Melissa Hunchak of the Careport Animal Hospital. We'll start off with you, Lisa. Just, I guess, first off, why is it important for the RHS to partner with local veterinarians offering donated services?
Well, with close to 3,800 animals coming through our doors, and many of them are in desperate need of veterinary care, on top of last year we did 2,034 spay-neuter surgeries. So being able to partner with clinics like Careport has been incredible in being able to help us save more lives.
Excellent. I'll let you talk to Dr. Hunchak. Let's get her in
Yes,
here.
thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Hunchak. Can you tell us a little bit about the services that your clinic is donating to RHS these days?
So every month we donate 10 cat surgeries, both spays and neuters.
And that's a wonderful, wonderful gift. That's a wonderful thing that you are offering as well. And can you tell us a little bit about what made you decide that you wanted to do that? What drives you to donate your time and your resources to this kind of cause?
We want to help out with the community. We recognize the valuable service that the Humane Society gives us and that they are often overworked. So just trying to help to participate and make their lives a little bit easier and help get pets to wonderful homes as soon as possible.
And that's the kind of thing that goes an awfully long way, folks. We have a lot of corporate partners. We have a lot of volunteer partners, and we have doctoral partners here as well. It takes many hands and a lot of energy and a lot of love in order to do this kind of work.
Absolutely. Well, the Regina Humane Society's Animal Services Center is one of the busiest areas at the shelter, no surprise, so let's learn more about it.
One of the busiest areas at the Regina Humane Society is the Animal Service Center. As Regina's animal shelter and municipal animal services provider, the Society is a safe haven to any animal in need, regardless of breed, age, temperament, or medical condition. Animal Services Center staff register incoming animals in the Society's database, about 3,500 every year, whether they are stray, surrendered, or rescued as part of an animal cruelty investigation. When a lost or stray animal first arrives, Regina Humane Society staff immediately check for identification. This could be a pet license, tattoo, microchip, or ID tag. With this valuable information, staff can quickly reunite animals with their families. Unfortunately, a high percentage of stray animals do not have any type of permanent identification. City of Regina bylaws state all dogs and cats in Regina must be licensed. By law, the Regina Humane Society must hold stray animals without identification for 72 hours. If they have any form of identification or appear purebred, that hold period is 10 days. This gives owners time to search for and claim lost pets. Animals not claimed after the legal holding period become the property of the Society. While some animals arrive stray, others are surrendered into the Regina Humane Society's care. Many families experience difficulties in pet ownership. Challenges such as behavioral issues, financial barriers, unexpected litters, changes in living situation, or other issues may occur. Staff discuss potential solutions with families or offer alternative rehoming options. Should the animal be admitted, staff will explain the surrender process and collect vital information about the animal. Once admitted, a comprehensive description of the animal is recorded, including breed, age, sex, spay-neuter status, and other distinguishing features. All animals are vaccinated against disease and assessed for health problems, like ear mites, frostbite, or other noticeable injuries and ailments. If required, animals are further examined by the Regina Humane Society Veterinary Department. A photograph of the pet is taken and included in the animal's file. To help distraught families locate their missing four-legged family members, the Regina Humane Society offers online lost and found pet reporting. A photo and physical description are uploaded to the Society's online catalog of stray pets at www.reginahumanesociety.ca. Staff also begin the difficult task of matching animals to lost pet reports. Although staff work hard to help families search for missing animals, owners are strongly encouraged to frequently visit the Regina Humane Society in person to look for their pet. Thanks to the dedicated staff of the Regina Humane Society, approximately 500 lost pets are reunited with their families every year. Ensuring your pet has up-to-date identification, including a pet license, tattoo, microchip, and ID tag, is the best way to increase the chances of a happy reunion.
We are back over here at the phones, and again, that phone number is 639-709-9660. I have Sweet Belle in my arms, and she's probably going to fall asleep soon. But I do see that there is a phone available, so make your call, reginahumanesociety.ca, and let's give back to where it's important. And right now, beside me here, I have Rebecca Carson, Manager of Education and Outreach. There we go. And it's really important, everything that you do, because it focuses on teaching a lot of kids.
Yeah, so some of the resources we have available here at the Regina Humane Society include educator lessons that focus on Be Dog Smart, so that all focus on animal communication, how and when to approach dogs safely, and what to do when you're feeling unsafe. As well, teachers and educators can book out different resources from our facilities here, including humane book bags that have a variety of different level texts for students, and 3 different run hands-on educational kits that focus on animal shelter, dramatic play, as well as fostering animals.
And again, that phone number is 639-709-9660. If you're interested in, if you're a teacher and interested in getting any of these resources, where do we go?
So you can go to reginahumanesociety.ca to book out any resources, or even give the shelter a call to inquire about anything that we may have ready for you.
All right, and we are going to head over to the main stage here, and I'm so excited. There's Lee and Rory again.
Well, we're here with the Regina Humane Society Community Engagement Coordinator, Jessica, and you have a presentation here for us.
I do. So I would like to introduce one of our volunteers, Cindy Butterfield. In 2024, Cindy dedicated over 650 hours of her time to the Humane Society, doing administrative work, professional guidance, and anything else we needed help with. So I am so happy to share that this year Cindy is our Volunteer of the Year.
Congratulations.
Well, we have to ask you some questions. How long have you been volunteering for the...
I've been volunteering about a year and a half. October 2023, I retired from a 42-and-a-half-year career at SaskTel, and I still had lots of energy to give, and so I felt like I wanted to do something, so I came in through the doors here. And it's been fun, great time.
What do you enjoy about volunteering here?
So there's just so much, but you know, it really is working as part of a team to find those animals their forever home, whether it's a little puppy like we've seen tonight, or dogs that have, you know, might be their second, third, or fourth try, but really trying to find that fit and getting those dogs their forever homes is really special. And the staff here are just wonderful for their volunteers. They make you feel welcome. I'm well trained, I'm well informed, and I'm welcomed very warmly every time I walk in the doors. I'm thanked at the end of the day, and so it's just great. The employees, all the staff here, the care and the passion that they have for animal welfare is amazing, and to be part of that group that cares for the animals so much like that is really rewarding.
Jessica, how can you volunteer?
So you can sign up to volunteer on our website. There is a whole volunteer page where you can read all about our different volunteer programs and what might interest you. And then you just easily fill out a form on the website and you are all good to go.
It's just that easy.
It's just that easy.
Wow.
We got to get it back on the phones here, ladies and gentlemen.
That's
639-709-9660. Get those phones ringing.
All right, well, I am here with Officer Zaff, and we are in the Animal Services Center, and we want to talk a little bit about animal protection. You are responsible for the enforcement of City of Regina's animal control bylaw. So what types of bylaw issues does your team address?
So a wide range. So it's going to be anything from licensing, defecation, running at large, pen violations. We will do patrols of the parks, dog bites. So a lot of things we cover with the animal bylaw.
How about over cuteness?
Oh, this is wonderful. We don't get to cuddle and snuggle enough of the animals because usually we're quite busy going from call to call and that though too. So yeah.
So what animals require a City of Regina pet license?
So cats and dogs. So every cat and dog in the City of Regina requires to have a current license.
And even if they're just a cat that lives inside the house?
Doesn't matter. There's that one time that cat gets out, and two, that license can save you a lot of fees and fines. So yeah.
And I think it can save a lot of emotional distress from a family who's looking for their cat.
Oh yeah, exactly. And that's a form of ID, right? And we don't want them coming into the shelter. So if we can use that ID to get them home, we'd rather get them home. Yeah.
So what are the benefits of maintaining a license?
So again, it can save you a lot of fees and fines. The ID gets them home a lot quicker. That being said, though, too, you know, look at tattooing and microchipping, though, too. That can add to getting them home quicker.
Yeah, I love it. Now, if someone wants to get a license. They haven't been following the rules, and they want to get one. What are their next steps?
So you can do licensing at City Hall. It's available online with the City of Regina, and you can come to the shelter here and get a license.
Do you know who this little puppy is that you have?
It's Rapunzel, a part of a litter of puppies that I'm not sure if they're still in foster or not, but definitely if you're interested, it's something to check into.
They have definitely been the stars of tonight.
They have, definitely.
So how often are you out there on the streets?
So animal protection is required 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So we always have to have at least one officer available at all times.
Well, I want to thank you, Officer Zaff, for all that you do for our community and the animals. I mean, we're really just trying to get them home safe.
Yes, thank you.
All right, well, we're going to throw to the main stage because I think there is a big total coming up.
All right, folks, my favorite segments of this wonderful telethon. Let's see what the new total is sitting. We're just about halfway through, or just over halfway through our telethon tonight. Where are we sitting, friends? $29,128.
Nice.
We've got time to keep that rising up. And what else we have here is our friend Judy. Judy is the executive director here, and we'd like you to tell us a little bit about what you've been up to.
Judy is
My bad.
actually,
I can't
Judy's
read.
our very, 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 very best dog walker, and she's been doing it for decades, and that's not all she does.
This is what happens when you let me read. My apologies. Judy, can you tell us a little bit about what you do? Oh, I think you do too. After tonight, why not?
I volunteer, and I would like to thank everybody. And as animal lovers, we do make a difference in the lives at the Humane Society. All it takes is one donation or one walk through the shelter to change a life. One day while I was volunteering, I saw the love of my life walk into the Humane Society. He walked into my heart, and we walked out together, and the story is happily ever after. All my friends who have donated to the telethon will help these four-legged pals that we have here reach their happily ever after home. So with the kind and generous donations from the following friends, I would like to thank them personally, and to the cheese tax gangs who care so much to give up their cheese tax for their friends.
Cheese tax.
Tax.
The cheese
tax.
I had to.
It is real. Deborah Hengren, $500. Judy Eisenzimmer, $250. Ryan LeBlond, $200. Colin O'Brien Man Shop, $200. Lorelei Silzer, Jim and their dog Hallie, cheese tax, $100. Brett LeBlond, $100. Peggy Adamak and Doug Downey, $100. Jerry Roos and Kelly, $100. Bonnie Schweitzer, $100. Debbie Ferguson, $100. Lynn Armstrong and Yogi Bear, cheese tax, $100. Bonnie Bowles and Mandy, cheese tax, $50. Heidi Bob Phillips, Sophie and Benji, cheese tax, $50. Loanne Myra, Django, cheese tax, $50. Louise Hoffert, $50. Patty Clem, $50. Cindy McFadden and Dog Leo, cheese tax, $50. Bev Townsend, $20. Fella and Fetch, Guys and Gals Bottle Recycling, $62. K-Bog DeSavage, $75. Susan Looning, the tree lady who we all know, $50. Joey Eisenzimmer, $100. Barry Eisenzimmer, $100. Darlene Gergley, $100. Jolene Platt and her daughter, dog Ellie, cheese tax, $25, for a grand total of $2,682.
Wow. That's incredible.
Thank you, our friend Judy. That is some wonderful, wonderful work from you and all of those awesome people that are collecting that cheese tax. All right, let's take a look. The Regina Humane Society teams up with the media to spotlight animals in need. Let's hear a little bit more.
Well, I'm here with Bill Thorne and actually talking about media sponsors. And we've got CTV Global, Ralco, and Pure Country. What's the importance of those partnerships?
Well, you know, the media is very, very good to the Regina Humane Society. They're great partners and great friends. Every Tuesday morning, we're on CTV Morning Live with featuring a pet. We have Fur Baby Friday on, I think, Jack FM that happens on Fridays. And they just help us spread the word about what we're doing. The Leader Post, we have animals in there every week that are available for adoption. And without them, it would be much more difficult to spread the word about our animals. When we have events going on, they cover them, and we cannot thank them enough. It's just a great way to extend our reach beyond our social media and beyond the people that we talk to directly, and it helps send animals home. It really does.
Well, it's good to know that you have media people with hearts, because everybody loves the animals, and we just really appreciate that. It's a megaphone, actually, that you really need.
Yeah, absolutely. We media host tonight. Chase Hussey was supposed to be here from Pure Country. Unfortunately, he became ill over the weekend, so he's not here. But he wished us the best, and he's always rooting for the animals. I know he's a real dog lover, and hopefully we'll be able to get these guys home.
Well, if my wife and kids are looking at this one, I don't know if we might be back next week. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. Yeah. We still have dogs and cats.
Tuesday at noon. We're open
Tuesday
for
at noon. Thanks a lot.
Don't forget. So I just want to thank the media for all the help that they do give us every week, and covering the events and the stories that happen at the Regina Humane Society.
Can you hand me your mic? I'm going to read this. Now, last year, 2,077 animals found homes through the Regina Humane Society. Let's meet 3 adoptable pets looking to do the same.
All right, we are here with Candace and Connor and 2 adorable adoptables. Candace, I'll start with you. Who do we have?
This is Chachi. He's a little boy. He's about 8 weeks old, and he has been very upset. He's hearing people all over the place, and he's just screaming. But the second you pick him up, he is just this sweet little purr monster. He just wants to be held. He's waiting for you. Anything? Am I say little purr?
Yes, good little purr, little purr. Connor, who do we have over here?
This is Bunny. Bunny's around 2 years old. She's been really good with other cats in the shelter so far. She's very social with people in general. She loves some scratches, just like most other cats. She's also a big fan of her food.
Bunny, anything? Just the sniff, not the purr this time. Adoption fees, Candace, what do they include?
So your adoption fees include tattoo, microchip, sterilization surgery, a free post-op vet exam. I'm missing something. Oh, up-to-date vaccinations as well. So I kind of say it's like the equivalent of a turnkey house. It's like a turnkey animal, except of course, you have to teach them how to be in your home and have some patience with them till they figure that all out. But it's a pretty good deal, I think.
Definitely. Now, the pets that you see tonight, you can adopt them Tuesday at noon is when they are available. But for now, 639-709-9660. That's what we need you to call to donate. The Regina Humane Society is in the business of saving lives. Let's meet one animal that your continued generosity that you're going to provide tonight has helped.
One look at Nori, a timid 5-year-old Shih Tzu, and Regina Humane Society staff knew she needed help. This small dog was barely recognizable under layers of dirt and debris. With her owner no longer able to care for her, Nori desperately needed the safety and care of the Regina Humane Society. Her coat was infested with fleas. The fur on her face and legs was severely matted. Smaller mats and tangles covered her body, each one twisting and pulling painfully on her tender flesh. Staff rushed her to the Regina Humane Society's on-site animal hospital for treatment.
Nori, my hair likes to get knotted too.
Shelter veterinarians examined Nori carefully before sedating their patient for emergency grooming. As skillful hands meticulously clipped, combed, and cut, layers of matted fur fell away. Each snip provided relief and brought Nori one step closer to a pain-free life. Following the successful procedure, Nori was ready for the next step in her healing journey. It was time to find a family to call her own, and this sweet-natured girl did not have long to wait. A few short weeks after her arrival, Nori found her perfect match. For over 60 years, the Regina Humane Society has provided critical, life-saving services to our community's most vulnerable animals, like Nori. Today, Nori enjoys life with her new family. Her procedure was not just about removing matted fur. It also marked the start of a new life. Your donation tonight ensures the Regina Humane Society continues to be a safe haven for every animal when they need it most. Nori's story ended happily thanks to your support. She is cherished, loved, and a valued member of her family. Call now and make a difference in an animal's life today.
Okay, we're getting very, very close to, well, we're past halfway through now and getting up to our third and final hour. Don't forget to give us a call, 639-709-9660. We still need to get up to that $80,000 range at least. And don't forget, you do get the cart coin for a $100 donation, and you also get a car blanket, a really, really nice RHS car blanket for $250, along with the token as well. I got a couple of pledges I'd like to read. Laura Hamilton. She donated $1,000. I mean, we've seen some donations coming through today, but that one is absolutely spectacular. And Charlene Dritton also donated $200.
I've got a couple that I'd like to share as well. We had a Diane Stevenson that was kind enough to donate $200. And also Sheila Klein donated $1,100 as well. So we have some very, very generous donors this evening. It's definitely all part of what we need to happen to make this magic happen here.
You bet. 639-709-9660, or you can donate at reginahumanesociety.ca as well.
We'd like to tell you a little more about the animal protection officers that work tirelessly to help the animals in our community. Take a ride along with one of our officers now.
My name is Joy Andrada. I am part of the vet team. I am a vet assistant, and I work for the Humane Society. We got a new X-ray this year. The very first time we tried to use it was on a cat named Mooncake. He was vomiting, would not eat, couldn't keep food down, so we figured he had a blockage somewhere. So we used the X-ray to figure out where it was. It was kind of nice to be able to see it and not having to send animal out to get it done, because we can actually do it ourselves now. It was given through two donors that wanted to give us the equipment we needed. We have so many animals that come here that needs help, and we could not give those animals help if we don't get the support from the member of the public. It allows us to help not just one or two, it allows us to help a lot.
How long have you been working with the Humane Society?
I will be celebrating my 14th year this month. First thing in the morning, my favorite part is walk around and just say hello to everyone that's here. It could be human or it could be a cat and dog. I guess it feeds my soul in some aspect, because it makes me feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Well, I want to thank you for that. We're here with Lindsay West, and she's Director of Operations. And we're going to talk about managed admissions. What is it, and how does it work?
So managed admissions is a process that we use at the shelter here just to manage the number of animals that are coming in at any given time. Being open admission, we're here to help everybody that needs help. But it allows us to just kind of use the resources that are needed at the time and make sure that we have what particular animals need when they're coming in. So we do that by scheduling intake wherever we can. We also rely heavily on the public. So, if you find a stray animal, we rely on the public to try and get those home so that they maybe don't have to come to the animal shelter.
So if you have found someone, or if you have to surrender your animal, what should you do?
So give us a call or go on our website. We've got very knowledgeable staff, and they are happy to talk to you about your particular, whatever you're experiencing with your pet. We have lots of tools and resources. We can perhaps help keep the animal in your home if that's a possibility. We try to do that wherever possible.
And are those the only alternatives, or are there other alternatives that you help them with or offer?
There's lots of things. I mean, sometimes people are struggling, between paychecks, and they just, need some help with the bills, and they're running out of food. So, I mean, if that's what you need to keep your pet in a loving home, then we're there to do what we can to help them. So, yeah.
When you get such a large litter like this, besides taking them all home, because I think half our crew's taking this one home, what do you do? What are the first steps you do when you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7?
Oh, well, we cuddle them all. We just... yeah, no, I mean, they take up a lot of work. I mean, if they're little, they've got to go into foster care because they're too little to be in the shelter. So some lucky person gets to just love on puppies for a while. But when they come back to the shelter, we're doing what we can to find them a good home.
All right, and that's what the shelter's about, is definitely loving these animals and giving them a care and giving them homes. So we're going to head over to the main stage right now, and we're going to see how the Regina Humane Society supports the work we do and the well-trained dog at the same time. So let's see more about the Society's dog training coordinator.
And we are here with Emily, the dog training coordinator, and
bananas.
Bananas, yes.
Yeah, and what are you going to show us right now?
For sure. So what we're going to actually talk about is how early you can get your puppy into some training. Usually people want to wait till 6 months. That's kind of a myth. So realistically, you are training your puppy from the moment that they set foot in your home. Training isn't just sit, stay, down, come. It is about how your life operates in your world. So a lot of the time I tell my people in my training classes and out and about, pick things that matter to you. Okay? So if loose leash matters to you, start training it from day one. If waiting at doors matters to you, start training it day one. If those things don't matter to you, then you can decide that too. Each and every home can have their own rules for their dog in their home.
Thanks, Emily. And we do have a wide variety of courses that are available, and some that are like leash work and the basics, Foundation 101, for example, but also some fun things like agility and other things like that too. So there's a wide variety there. Get to our website, reginahumanesociety.ca, click on training classes, and you'll be able to see a full listing of what's. There are many ways that you can show your support for the animals at the Humane Society, and leaving a gift in your will is just one way that you can provide a legacy of love.
All right, I'm with Karen Mercier, who is the Director of Philanthropy. We both have an armful of dogs here right now, and I mean, it's a pretty good way to spend your Sunday night, I'm not going to lie. You get puppy kisses, you give them back. It's a wonderful little system. So we want to talk a little bit about how to include Regina Humane Society in your state. This is becoming a thing that's, with charities, it's becoming more and more of a thing, and it's a wonderful way to give. So can you tell us a little bit more about that?
No, 100%. We're very fortunate to have been the recipient of so many generous donors who thought about us in their estate. In fact, if you walk around our new building, that's what you're going to see, is many donors who thought of us in their estate planning, and it's something that is of the microphone. So it's just as simple as you can reach out to us and talk to us about how to add us into your will planning.
And Philip's trying to get away from me. Don't do it, Philip. Don't do it. Philip, don't do it. Okay, and why is it important for people to or for you all to understand people's intentions when it comes to their estate planning?
Well, first of all, we'd love to say thank you and to show you the work that your donation is going to do and to make sure that we know what's important to you. So if there's something that you want to support specifically, it could be veterinary care, it could be spay-neuter, and then we make sure that we, carry out your intentions.
And that's always an important thing, when it comes to end-of-life sort of thing. That's honoring the memory of those that are doing the giving and making sure, like you said, that the money is going to an area that they support and that they wanted. I'm telling you, folks, this is about as much adorable as I can handle here. They're trying to bite the microphones, trying to give kisses. It's pretty wonderful. So let's have another look at the cat adoption communal, and they can tell us more about the fine work that they do in that section of this.
Yes, the chill cat adoption communal. We're just sitting on the ground, enjoying the company of the cats. Candace joining me, and a Richmond coordinator with the Regina Humane Society. What is a Richmond?
Enrichment is a lot of things. So basically, in short, it's providing the animals with something new and exciting every day to help keep them content here. Because as you can imagine, it can be a little bit mundane and boring, although they do have lots of people coming to visit them all the time, which is good too.
So what are some of the activities that you provide?
Yeah, so we have a couple different programs that we're in the process of making. So the first one is called Treat Factory Volunteers, where they come in and they make food enrichment for the animals, they make toy enrichment, and then they also do scent enrichment with them. And then we also have a Playdates Pal volunteer program where they'll come in and they focus really on our long-term resident dogs, helping make them feel like a dog again, because as you can imagine, being here for a long period of time kind of makes them feel a little bit like a zombie. So it's nice to remind them what being a dog in the real world is like.
Yeah. So how can people help in your process?
Absolutely. So there's a lot of ways that you can help. So, I mean, even by coming in to volunteer with the animals and spending time with them, that is huge for their enrichment. But there is specialized enrichment programs now, like our Treat Factory volunteers and our Playdate Pals, if you're interested in getting involved with that. Once you've gained a little bit of experience here at the shelter for about 5 hours, then you can qualify to join in on that program, and I can train you on that. But another thing that you can actually do is on our website, under the How to Help tab, we have an enrichment tab, and you can make DIY enrichment items at home, just with, everyday items that you have at home, whether that be, socks that don't have friends at your house, pop bottles. There's lots of different things you can do. So if you have kids or a classroom, it's a great activity to do.
That website, ReginaHumaneSociety.ca. You can also donate on that website. We also want to keep the phones ringing, 639-709-9660. And let's go to the phones and see how things are going right now.
All right, we're back at the phones.
We are back at the
We've got
phones.
some cats here that are a little wiry. I got Chachi.
Chachi has so much to say tonight, don't you?
All right. He's like, ring Note's phone.
He wants to go to Cowtown.
Yeah, Cowtowns are this hour's sponsor. And I think we all were just talking about Cowtown. We buy all our dog food there.
Yes, and I've bought in the past from Cowtown's just a great store to go in and look at all the things they have. I've been known to have bought clothing there.
They have great clothes.
They do have great
They do
clothes.
have great clothes.
They do. So we're thankful to Cowtown. Thanks to our volunteers here. But we got to ring those phones. And for your donation tonight, there's a travel blanket.
Travel blanket.
And a shopping cart coin, which, I mean, how many times do you go to the grocery store and you don't have a loonie for the cart and you're stuck with a basket, and it's a lot.
Yeah.
And
you're trying to borrow one from a stranger.
And they don't like that.
But you're Rory Allen. You can do that.
Yeah.
So let's make some donations tonight, because that's one of your incentive prizes, making a donation.
And we have some phones available to call now, 639-709-9660. You can also go online, ReginaHumaneSociety.ca. This is a great time to get your taxes as well. It's an investment, so.
Yep. Last year, actually, the Regina Humane Society cared for 3,797 animals. Each of them deserves to be remembered. Please show them you care. Get on those phones.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
We take Visa, MasterCard.
Yeah. Yep.
No Canadian Tire money, but,
We're live here. We're not taped, so you can actually bring cash here now. We'll take it at the door. Just show up.
Yeah. And you can take home a cat. Well, not till Tuesday.
Not till Tuesday.
Not till Tuesday. You can actually call in on Monday as well, because I was talking about there's puppies. There's also these kittens. This is Sable. So ReginaHumaneSociety.ca. You can see them online as well. And be sure to make your donation for the telethon.
Rory, throw to the
I will.
video.
Well, the Regina Humane Society Veterinary Department heals hurt and hearts every day. They could not do that life-saving work without donors like you.
Got him.
We 100% rely on the community at large to assist us. We can't always be there. We don't know when things are happening. We don't know when bad things are happening unless people pick up the phone and they tell us about it. So this is part of a ongoing situation we have with a couple of dogs that are constantly running at large. Obviously, the obvious dangers right now are the cold. It is around -29, -30 today. But you have traffic, but as this dog is being reported as acting aggressively, there's a public safety issue which obviously we have to address. So here we have a report of the dog speaking up today. Let's start with trying to fix that fence.
Yeah, it's getting
Because if
done today.
that part of the problem goes away,
Yeah.
this part of the problem goes away.
Yeah, it's getting fixed today.
Okay.
We found out where they're getting
Perfect. All right. Well, you have yourself a wonderful day. So she did finally say that there is a gap in the fence, that they're actually out there. Looks like they're out there right now actually trying to fix that. As with this job, because I didn't see the dogs running at large myself, I can't issue a ticket unless the evidence we received clearly shows those dogs, in which case we will enforce it. But if we can educate people, I suggested placing a garbage can or blocking off that exit. So part of our mandate for the City of Regina bylaw enforcements, we will conduct park patrols. And so if there is a gap between calls or we're nearby a park, we'll just drive through the park or walk through the park just to check, make sure no one's running their dogs off leash. Or there's nothing in the park that needs our attention. We don't find anything in distress, such as a dog. One of the newer programs we've been running at RHS is a community outreach program. This is part of the education program where we're trying to keep animals in people's homes. They can give us a call, and if we have stocks available from donated products from people who've donated to us that we're not using for shelter animals, we will do what we can to provide them some food just to kind of get them through the pinch. This should help you guys out a little bit until they get paid again and can buy their own food. And that way we're keeping the animals out of the shelter and in the homes with their people, which is where they're supposed to be. Basically, the public who donate, they're kind enough to donate either food or monetary money to this shelter and the organization. Even the Animal Protection Services, we do not get funding from the provincial government. We are 100% donor based, and without people being kind enough to donate, we would not be able to do what we do. If we didn't have a Regina Humane Society, all of these animals would fall through the cracks, and there would be no one to help them. They would suffer, and it would be a terrible situation. Should an animal need help, it's there. There is somebody there. If someone picks up the phone, the Humane Society, they're there. They're there to answer that phone, they're there to answer the call, and we're here to help. And at the end of the day, if I can help one animal a day, then I feel very satisfied with what I'm doing.
Well, we're back. I'm back here with Bill Thorne. And I've also got Philip here, who's just been trying to nibble on my nose,
doing a really good job.
My jacket a little bit. It's a pretty good way to spend a Sunday night. Bill, not to change the topic to a little more dark thing, but what you guys also offer cremation services here with Regina Humane Society. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
You bet. Yeah, we've offered that service for quite a long time, and we've got this little guy here who's at early, just beginning of life, but there comes the other end as well, and it's something that we all have to deal with as pet owners. They often say that owning a pet will give you some of the best days of your life and one of the worst, and it's true. We understand that. My family just lost our 15-and-a-half-year-old dog at the end of November.
Sorry to hear that.
So we understand what pet owners go through, and our pet cremation services are there to provide some closure and to help pet owners celebrate their pet's life. We are the only exclusive pet crematorium in the province that's a member of the Saskatchewan Crematoria Council, and our technicians are certified on the Funeral and Cremation Services Council of Saskatchewan. And we have a very, very private area at the new Animal Community Centre, private entrance. People can bring their pet in. They can also arrange for it through most of the vet services in Regina as well. And we have a goodbye room so they can spend some time with their pet before the service is provided. And they can also, if they wish, they can choose an urn, or some people choose to have their pet returned in a scatter box, as we call it, and they can spread those ashes at a place that has some meaning for them too. So it's completely up to the pet owner, but it is something that is growing, and the service does support the programs and services of the Humane Society as well.
Well, that's a wonderful thing. I know for me, we've lost animals at various points in our lives, and it's for many of us, it's just as bad, or maybe even worse, than losing somebody, a family member or a friend or whatever sort of thing.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that, and I think it's true in some cases too. We also have pet obituaries on our website where people can write a tribute to their pet, and some of them we look at them all before they go on there, and some of them bring a tear to your eye. These people are just very much in love with their pets and sad to see them go, and it's completely understandable.
Bill, I'm getting choked up just talking about it and thinking about it. I hope I know that one day I'll be there to hang out with you guys and that sort of thing, but I don't look forward to it.
No.
But I'm very thankful that you have that wonderful service.
Well, thanks very much. And if people want more information on the service, they can go to our website at reginahumanesociety.ca.
No one knows how long Orville was alone before he arrived at the Regina Humane Society. In early February, the one-year-old Labrador Retriever mix was abandoned in a rural community. Left to fend for himself, the young pup struggled to survive. Orville's disturbingly thin frame showed signs of neglect, indicating he did not receive even the most basic care. Wounds were visible on his tail and ears. Examination by shelter veterinarians confirmed Orville was severely malnourished and suffered from an intestinal infection. Staff immediately began treatment. He was given antibiotics to fight infection and pain medication to ease the discomfort from his injuries. As he showed signs of improvement, Orville continued his recovery in the loving home of a Regina Humane Society foster family. The timid pup thrived in foster care. He gained weight and grew stronger every day. Soon, Orville was given the all clear by shelter veterinarians to set out on his next adventure, finding a new family. Just 5 weeks after his arrival, Orville found the family who would help him continue his healing journey. It was time to say goodbye to the Regina Humane Society for life in his new home. Every year, the Regina Humane Society cares for thousands of our community's most vulnerable animals, many of which, like Orville, are homeless and abandoned. Orville now has the opportunity to enjoy a lifetime with a family, where he's given the love and care he deserves and more, all thanks to your support. Make your donation to the Regina Humane Society now.
Well, we're back at the phones, Lee.
Yeah, and I have a big problem.
What's the problem, Lee?
I don't see those phones ringing right now.
That is a big problem.
Yeah.
What are we here for, ladies and gentlemen? We're here to raise money. We need these the fine folks from Cowtown who are sponsoring this hour are on the phones there, so we'd like them all to be on the phone receiving your donations and your pledges. I have a couple to read here.
Okay.
Ivan and Christiane Cozy, $500.
Oh, wonderful.
That's thank you to those folks. And we have Cora, who gave $75 tonight. So
excellent.
The number is 639-709-9660. And as I said before, Lee, we'll take cash.
We'll take cash. We'll take MasterCard, Visa. ReginaHumaneSociety.ca. Easy way to do it. Some people like to do online shopping. You can do online donations as well.
We'll take a third-party check. Doesn't matter. We'll take anything. Is ChargeX still a thing?
Oh, I don't know about that.
That's pretty old. Anyhow.
All right, let's go get the new total
New
right
total.
now.
Okay, I think we do have a new total, so we'll get out of the way here so you can see it. It's into our last hour here too, so.
I can't believe we've been here this long. Like,
I know.
It hardly seemed like
38-278. Thank you very, very much.
That's incredible.
We've got just under an hour left to go, so we need to get those phones ringing so we can get up to that $80,000 target or beyond.
Yeah,
we could absolutely go further. 639-709-9660 is the number to call, or you can also donate at ReginaHumaneSociety.ca.
Well, we have some very important thank yous to say. In particular right now, the sponsor of this hour is Cowtown. A big thank you to them, as well as, again, Access Communications. They've been with us through all of it. 37 years. I actually remember that. Being around here that long. So thank you, Access, and thank you to GV Audio again for the mics. And Boston Pizza for catering the telethon. That was incredible.
It was awesome.
In addition to their donation. And to Frontier Supply Chain Solutions that are going to be delivering incentive prizes. That's a free RHS shopping cart token for $100 or more. And a travel blanket with a donation of $250 or more. So you can ring those phones and Frontier Supply Chain will deliver them right to your door.
And I'm going to give you a few numbers just because I think it's really important to know what are you raising funds for. In 2024, there were almost 3,800 animals that entered Regina Humane Society, and just almost 2,100 animals found new homes last year. So that's with all your help. So we just thank you for your donations. Keep coming in because we can do more for these animals. So when you make your pledge, give us a call, 639-709-9660, and we will take your Visa, MasterCard, however you want. We will take it. But we're going to head to a video clip right now. Volunteers are important members of the Regina Humane Society's life-saving team. There are many ways you can help.
Volunteers are the heart of the Regina Humane Society. These everyday heroes dedicate their time and enthusiasm to make a difference in the lives of homeless animals. From cat cuddling to dog walking, stuffing envelopes, or assisting with events, volunteers are an important part of the Society's life-saving team. Here are a few of the ways you can help. Caring hands. Volunteers provide dogs, cats, and small companion animals with much-needed playtime, exercise, grooming, and love. When providing one-on-one attention, volunteers help burn off excess energy, exercise minds, fill empty hearts, and help animals look their best for potential adopters. Corporate volunteers. Team building opportunities are available for businesses and community groups who want to improve the lives of animals. Groups participate in unique, hands-on activities that support the overall work and mission of the Regina Humane Society. Event support. As shelter representatives, volunteers perform numerous tasks including supporting pet food bank activities, accepting donations, and educating the public on the work of the Regina Humane Society. Foster families. Volunteers open their homes and hearts to animals who are not yet ready for adoption. These may include pets recovering from injury or illness, pets in need of extra socialization, or pets who are too young to be adopted. Fostering is gratifying for the caregiver and life-saving for the pet. Office support. A lot happens behind the scenes at a shelter, from data entry to stuffing envelopes and other clerical duties. Volunteers work closely with various departments, assisting with select office and administrative tasks. The Regina Humane Society believes everyone should be able to experience the joy of volunteering, including youth. From working with small critters to reading to cats, there is something for every age. To learn more about the Society's volunteer opportunities, including how families and youth can get involved, visit www.reginahumanesociety.ca.
And Rory and I are back with a couple of human friends and three not-so-human friends. We got Jennifer Ford here, who is the supervisor of animal care, and Connor Evans, who is our animal care technician. And we also have a few little kitties here, the 6-week-old kitties. Jennifer, can you tell us a little bit about these sweethearts?
So I've got Liv and Rhea, and they have another littermate that's off stage. Her name is Sable. They were found stray with their mom, and a kind public person brought them in, and we have been taking care of them. They've been out in foster. They were pretty small when they came in, so we sent mom and the babies off to foster, and these guys are now adoptable from foster. We're keeping them there. They're just a little small yet, but to be in the shelter, but they are definitely available for adoption.
And absolute sweethearts. And speaking of sweethearts, why don't you ask Connor a little bit about this young fella?
Yeah, Connor, this is a good-looking animal here. What's his story?
His name is Moose. He came in pretty skinny, pretty emaciated. He can be anxious and shy at first, especially with new people. Once he gets to know you, though, he is an absolute sweetheart. He can be a bit of a goofball. He's behaving very well for us today, which is wonderful.
He's a good boy.
He's ready for his close-up.
That's right.
Well, we've got phones that aren't being used at the moment.
Yeah, we got a few phone lines that are open. Of course, you can always donate online. Want to remind you that your donation tonight will go to help furry friends just like these three lovelies. That phone number to call is 709-9660, or of course you can meet or you can go online at reginahumanesociety.ca, and your donation you can make your donation online as well,
and
if that is easier for you.
There are satellite adoption centers in the city. Actually, the Pet Value, Cathedral Pet Shop, Pat's Pets, Pet Depot, Petland, PetSmart, 2 locations. So you can go there and you can adopt a pet there as well. And Regina Humane Society staff and animals rely on foster families to open their homes and hearts to animals in need. Here's more about those life-saving programs.
This intention is for them, and is that okay?
All right, we're back here at the main stage. We've got some guests. Candace is back with us, but we also have Nicole and Cameron, who are Regina Humane Society foster volunteers, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. First, we'll start with Candace.
Yeah, so how does the foster care program work?
Yeah, so our foster care program works because of people like Nicole and Cameron. So we have 96 foster families that help us out with, animals that maybe aren't ready for adoption for whatever reason that be. Maybe medical, maybe they're too young. There's lots of different reasons that animals need foster, and Nicole and Cameron have kind of been through them all. So it's been an absolute delight. And if somebody's interested in fostering with us, you can find more information on our website, or you can give me a call.
So what is required of the foster families?
Yeah, so we just require basically that they take care of the animals. We do provide all of the supplies. The only, caveat is that you do have to bring the animals back and forth to the shelter on your own. You have to have your own transport to do that. But other than that, really, you just have to take good care of them. Stay in touch with me if you have any questions, and get all the love in the world, because it's pretty great.
So why is it important to place them into foster care and go to a home rather than here at the Regina Humane Society?
So as you can imagine, being in an animal shelter is quite a stressful environment for our animals, and it's not a really great place for kittens and puppies to grow up specifically. They're going through such an important socialization period, so having a family and to have them experience time in a family is amazing. But then there's of course the medical cases too. It's much easier for them to heal up in a home rather than here, and it also helps us keep space here at the shelter a little bit less, or you know what I mean. But it's nice to be able to have a spot for them to go.
Well, thank you so much, Candace, and we want to learn more about the foster families here.
Yeah, Nicole and Cameron. So what's, how long have you guys been fostering?
We've been fostering since August of 2022.
22?
Yeah.
What made you get involved?
I don't know, we just decided one day we wanted to we had a big house, we had all that extra space, why not? Why not have
It's
some...
nice to fill the house with pitter-patter of little feet, but maybe the furry kind first.
Yeah.
So that's sometimes you got to get the first to run first, for sure. Candace, I believe you have something to present?
I want to present you guys with the Foster Volunteer of the Year Award. I can't thank you guys enough for everything that you do. You're always up for a challenge. You guys take such amazing care of your babies. In fact, they actually have like an Excel spreadsheet with like charts and everything for their kittens' weights. It's literally amazing. They are so attentive and so caring, and I can't even tell you how much I appreciate every single animal and everything you've done for us.
We couldn't do it without you. So here's your award.
I will say though that this cat Chachi has been on TV like all night with us and has escaped every single person who tried to hold him, and here he is being perfect for her. So
Perfect.
Perfect, for sure. I'd like to thank Nicole and Cameron for their dedication to the animals. It's absolutely fantastic, for sure. Remember, visit reginahumanesociety.ca for more information or to sign up if you want to become a foster family.
So the Regina Humane Society staff, they're always here to help when animals need it most. Let's hear from one of our animal protection officers about his job.
My name's Officer Ma. I work for the Regina Humane Society as an animal protection officer. So City of Regina bylaw states that all cats and dogs must be licensed with the City of Regina, and it must be renewed every year. If we find them running at large, we can just look up where they live or a phone number and get in contact with the owner and get them home sooner. A good portion is education, because we'd prefer to talk to you once and not have to deal with the problem again, rather than writing you a ticket that could have been just, hey, please clean up your animal's defecation. Please, if you let your dog outside, fix that fence or put it on a tie-out. We do rely quite a bit on donations, as we don't get funding from the province. It is just the city, so we do rely quite a bit on the donations from people that give to the Regina Humane Society. Best part I like is seeing all the happy animals. Even when we go out, there might not necessarily be a problem. We're just looking, we're just educating, and there's a happy animal that just comes and runs up to me and just wants to be friends.
And we're back with Bill Thorne again. And Bill, I know the Regina Humane Society uses a lot of social media. What forms do you use?
Well, you know, social media is huge for the Regina Humane Society. We're mostly on Facebook, Instagram, and doing more and more TikTok all the time. But what it does is it allows us to really get out and talk to people and get the message out. We have over 72,000 followers across our social media platforms. But when you think about it, those people follow us, but they've all got friends. And, you know, we often say for people that maybe can't adopt or they don't have the time to volunteer or anything like that, they can still help simply by sharing our posts and getting the news out about adoptable animals like Dexter here, or events or anything like that too. And we try and have some fun with it. It can be not real happy scrolling these days, to say the least. So we've been trying to get a lot of things on there that make people smile, make them happy, make them feel good. And our creative coordinator, Taylor, does a fantastic job of putting that together. And we're really, really proud of that. And we get a lot of good feedback on it too.
So that's great. I know the shares are important.
Very much.
So if anyone's on the social media, be sure to share it with their friends, especially some of the fun ones, because there are a few animals that need adoption.
We always have animals, sad to say, but we're always looking for people that can open up their heart and home, and that's a big way of how we reach these people.
That's right. And actually, we've got a couple of people not on the phones right now, so please phone 639-709-9660 and get this one young lady here busy on the phones. One left. Everybody else is talking. And,
Dexter's going to go answer the phones here, I think.
Oh, yeah.
He's heading out.
Yeah, he's going to shred that shirt, my friend. 2024 was a busy year for Regina Humane Society. Hear how the sport made a difference of thousands of animals.
Yeah, that's right. It is 2025. Hard to believe, isn't it? I mean, it's 2024. When I think of 2024, But for the Regina Humane Society, pretty good year 2024. What were the accomplishments?
Well, it was the very first anniversary of us being in our new Animal Community Center, which was a big celebration, and we had a lot of things to celebrate. Yeah. The new facility has been transformational. We sadly had more animals than we did in the previous years, which humane societies across the continent are experiencing post-COVID. But we adopted 207 more animals than the previous year in our old building. So imagine that, 207 animals that found their way to a happily ever after, which is incredible. The new building has really transformed our ability to keep animals healthy. Our incidence of feline upper respiratory has gone down by 65%, which means previous we had to foster about 283 cats for feline upper respiratory, and last year was only 80. So it really has made a big difference in helping us to get animals home quicker.
That's definitely it. We talked about the effects of COVID. When COVID happened, a lot of animals went out, but now it seems people are returning when they're going back to work, and it has been tough to see that many animals come back.
Yeah, well, I think it's a perfect storm. I mean, we have a worldwide veterinary shortage that we're experiencing. Certainly a lot of animals were acquired during COVID, and the economy is tough. And so, you know, we're seeing it from all sides, but thankfully we have our community behind us, and they're supporting us and helping us to, like I said, 207 animals more than the previous year adopted is really incredible. And we have you to thank. And tonight, I know that you're coming through for us again, and we want you to ring those phones and help us get there again.
Hearing that kind of thing just sort of, you know, you can't see it underneath my jacket, but I got some goosebumps just hearing 207 more animals than the previous year. That's kind of a wonderful thing to hear. We want to remind you again tonight, folks, the phone number to call is 639-709-9660. We would love for you to adopt a lovely new pet. But if that's not something that is going to work for you, you can always call in and donate, and you can always find a way to support the wonderful work that is going on here. Speaking of wonderful work, if you're thinking of adding a cat or a kitten to your family, let's go check out the Society's Community Cat Adoption Room and meet some of the adorable adoptables.
All right, well, I was just playing with the king of the castle here. Who's up here again?
That's Dash.
Dash, yeah, Dash is king of the castle, and yeah, he's having a good time. All right, Jennifer, who do you have here?
This is Little Miss Plasma. I know it's a weird sounding name, but she came in actually with another adult female, and that little one had some kittens with her. So those guys are out on foster right now, but Plasma came along for the ride and decided to join our family here at RHS. She's a younger girl, probably about a year old. She has been spayed. She's was very quiet and shy when she got here, but now you can see she's a very chatty lady. And yeah, just loves to snuggle. She's very interested in Handsome Dash, I see. Yeah.
Very beautiful green eyes. That reddish and green eyes. And who do you have?
I have the very handsome Jet. And if you guys are a sucker for a cat belly, he shows his belly, and that's my weakness. I can't leave a cat belly untouched. I mean, I know that's bad. Sometimes it backfires, but generally they like it. Yeah. He's a 2-year-old neutered male, and I just think he's the sweetest thing. He's a little bit wound up in here, but he is very handsome. You want to show your eyes? He's like, nope, I'm terrified. Oh. They're just a little too far apart, and it's just charming.
Yeah, I got to ask about this cat communal. We have 4 cats in here right now. Do they always all get along, or how do you control that?
I'll let Jen speak to that because she's fresher at this than I am.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of times it's just trial and error, where we will put them in together, and if they don't immediately go at one another, we let them sort it out. There might be a little bit of hissing, maybe a swat or two, but generally they figure it out for themselves, and then they get the privilege of being in here. But if they're not having it, if they're just ready to throw down the gloves and fight, then we have to take them out, and then they're housed individually in kennels, and we just make a note for potential adopters that maybe these guys might need to be housed individually rather than having cat friends at home.
Yeah, I think that's a great conversation because a lot of people have one cat at home. They would like to get another, and will they get along? So thank you for answering that. I'm going to grab my little notes and see where we're heading next. Looks like we're going to a video clip. In November, a young kitten was found abandoned and freezing. Meet Jack.
On a cold November day, a passerby noticed something buried in a snowbank beside a busy Regina road. A young kitten was outside in freezing temperatures, struggling to survive. Jack was rushed to the Regina Humane Society for help.
Is he okay?
He was wrapped in blankets and held by staff to slowly warm his fragile body. His small frame shivered excessively, and his tiny voice cried for help. No one knew how serious Jack's injuries were, or even if he would survive. But Jack was now safe in the care of the Regina Humane Society. Gradually, Jack showed progress as he warmed, but staff noted his tail appeared limp and painful. Jack was monitored closely overnight as he went into emergency foster care. Examination by Regina Humane Society veterinarians confirmed a diagnosis of hypothermia and frostbite. Fully warmed, Jack was still unable to move his tail. If it did not regain function, surgery would be required to help this young cat heal. After a week in foster care, Jack returned to the shelter. With no improvements to his tail, Jack would undergo surgery to remove the damaged and dead tissue caused by the extreme cold. The adorable kitten rebounded quickly under the care of the Regina Humane Society Veterinary Department and foster family. Soon it was time for Jack to find a home to call his own, and it didn't take long. His foster family quickly realized Jack was meant to be a permanent part of their family. The resilient kitten had captured their hearts. Thanks to your support, the Regina Humane Society can address emergency situations and provide the best possible treatment and care to animals in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Today, the icy snowbank is a distant memory for Jack. He now spends his days basking in the warmth of a loving home and a caring family. Make your call now to make a lasting difference.
And we're back with Jessica, and she is the Community Engagement Coordinator here at the RHS, and you got some upcoming events. Ales for Tails? What's that all about?
Yeah, so Tetra and I, who is 3 years old, are very happy to share that Ales for Tails is a fun gathering where you can get ales to support the tails at the Regina Humane Society. So it's at the Bushwhackers Brew Pub, and you can get your tickets now. It's a fun steak night with, you can get a drink as well, and yeah.
That would be the ale part.
Yeah.
So he's got a cool tail. Is it a he? It is a he. She? Oh, that's a she.
Yes.
Okay. And you can get tickets online?
Yes, so tickets are available online. There's very few left, so if you're wanting tickets, you better go get them now. And if you miss out on tickets for Ales for Tales, we will be having Pints for Paws in the fall, so keep an eye out for that.
Pints for Paws sounds interesting as well. Yeah. Well, we're going to go to the main stage. Looks like we're going to have a brand new total, everyone. So let's see what it's going to be.
Wonderful. Well, let's back up and have a look and see where we're at.
Get out the way.
This is so exciting.
Wow.
41,128.
41,000.
We are getting closer and closer to our goal of $80,000 in just 3 hours tonight. I'd like to read out a couple of pledges that we have had. Sandra Germain has donated $100. Karen Hack, $100. Brianne Hack, $50. And I hope I say this right, Andrew Bolschuk, $250.
Incredible.
So please
Wow.
give us a call, 639-709-9660, so that we can get to that $80,000 or more. We
Or
don't have to
more.
stop there. We're not going to shut the lights off and go home if we get there. We're going to keep going. So please give us a call or go online at reginahumanesociety.ca.
And we want to give a huge thank you to all of our sponsors. Of course, our hourly sponsor at Cowtown. Thank you to Access Communications, GB Audio for these mics, Boston Pizza for catering, and Frontier Chain Supply Solutions for delivering the incentive prizes. Some of these incentive prizes are pretty great though, Bill.
They are. I know I've got the some cart coins that we did one time before. I still use it. It's absolutely fantastic. And the blankets are really soft. You'll go to sleep in the back seat of the car, no problem.
And every penny goes to help the animals here at the Humane Society. Last year, almost 3,800 animals arrived at our doors in desperate need of care and attention, and 2,077 of them found their new homes, and a lot of them are still waiting here this year to find homes. So if you can't donate tonight, you can certainly come out and take a look at some of these beautiful animals like little Aurora here who's pooped. They'll be here this week and ready for adoption. So make your call now.
We often talk about how the Regina Humane Society, the staff, the volunteers doing the work, but none of it happens without the support of our community. And we do need to see that love and passion come through tonight. 639-709-9660.
And I have sweet Leia here, who's licking my face, and we're going to head over and look at some furry friends. We're waiting to show you how much love they have, so let's meet them now.
Yeah, a couple of dog adoptables we're going to show you. Connor, who do we have here first?
This is Jock. Jock is currently our longest term resident. He came from a not so great situation. And because of this, he is honestly just one of the happiest dogs I've ever met. He is so happy just to get the basic things. He does have a lot of energy. He's a fan of big, long walks. But he definitely can just sit down and cuddle after he's relaxed a bit.
Yes. How you doing? You doing well? Oh, good boy. To consider for your family. And then we walk over here. We've got another one with Candace. Candace, who do we have here?
I have the very handsome Hux. He's a 11-month-old shepherd mixed with something, maybe a husky, but he is very sweet. He actually spent a weekend out of the shelter on a slumber party with one of our foster parents, which is just a weekend away from the shelter to remember what being a dog is like. And they said that he was really good with their kids and really good with their other dogs. He was very intrigued by their cats, but he did respect the cats' boundaries when they told him where to go. But he is such a sweetheart. I wish that we could have gotten it on camera, but he was dancing with me earlier through the gate. He was just so happy to be ripping around, and then he did that thing where he stuck his mouth on the window and his little teeth showing. So he is full of fun and a big goober. So if you're looking for a dog that's going to keep you laughing, he is an excellent fit.
That's right. Tuesday, they'll be available on Tuesday, I believe, so might be worth the cause for sure. Let's move on. What do we got next?
Well, I am here with Lindsay West, who is our Director of Operations. We got another little furry friend here as well. But I want to talk about another one of the wonderful programs that we have here with RHS, and that's the Working Cats program. What is the Working Cats program, and when is this one going to work?
Might not be a working cat. It's just maybe altogether too cute. The Working Cat program is a program we get a lot of cats in that might be unsuitable for a regular home environment for a variety of reasons, but we still want them to, have a
good place to land. So the Working Cat program gives those cats an opportunity to still have a place to go. They just have to work a little bit. They help out with the mousing.
Love that. Love that. What makes someone eligible to receive a working cat? Was that kind of if you need some mouse support? Or what else would bring a working cat?
Yeah, so you can go on our website and just put in an application. And as long as you have a suitable shelter and you're willing to, feed the cat and give it veterinary care when it needs it, then you can be put on a list. And when working cats come available, we give them to, the people who have the suitable, whatever the suitable environment is for that particular animal.
I love that. I love that. So there are all kinds of different ways that you can support the work that RHS does, all kinds of different programs you can get involved. And of course, I want to remind you again that your donations this weekend, throughout the year, they are tax deductible. Visa and MasterCard are accepted. And of course, you can donate at 639-709-9660, or you can go to the website at reginahumanesociety.ca, or of course you can find, oh, I got it this time, that little QR code here right behind my paper. I've actually got my bearings here. You can scan that as well. The Regina Humane Society has cared for thousands of animals over the last year. With your support, they will be able to help even more animals when they need it most.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Lisa.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Well, you guys go through a lot of animals in a year. And how do the donations really help?
Well, the Regina Humane Society is here when every other door closes for an animal. So, intake, we take close to 4,000 animals a year through our doors. But it doesn't stop there. It's medical care and the treatment, rehabilitation, behavior training for them. We're also returning lost animals to their owners. Close to 500 animals every year are returned through the Regina Humane Society. Our education and outreach programs help to keep animals with their families. And our animal protection officers are out there in the field every day looking to help animals, that are in distress, unfortunately, who may be in situations of abuse or neglect. And so the Humane Society is really everywhere, and we couldn't do any of it on behalf of our furry friends here without our community.
Now I know that, we're at 41,000, I think, and
yeah, 41, yeah.
So, we want to raise some big dollars. When you raise more dollars, you must have a wish list or extra things you can do in the community.
Absolutely. The more that we can direct our efforts into helping animals stay in their homes by, offering more behavior supports, offering more food bank education and outreach programs, it really helps animals to stay where they are, and also removing barriers to adoption. We want to make adoption accessible to everyone, and certainly we're able to do that with the donations that are supplied.
Yeah. I really liked hearing the comment earlier that when someone is having problems, just feeding, just call you. Like you can step up for a month or something.
That's right. Times are tough, and we're here to help, and we want to be there, just like the community is here for us and for the animals when they need us most.
And people don't realize that they look at the telethon as the main thing to raise money with for the Humane Society, but you'll take donations all year long.
Absolutely, we'll take donations all year long, and it doesn't end. People are so kind and generous donating food and blankets and laundry detergent and all kinds of things, and I'm always just humbled by the generosity and kindness of Regina in coming through for the animals that really need them the most.
Well, there's a beautiful new building here, but it needs to be upkept, and
absolutely,
and there's costs that go with that, right? So we really appreciate everybody getting on the phones, and we want to go to like $300 grand tonight.
Wow.
Right? Why not? What the heck?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
The Regina Humane Society understands the importance of the community. Your support is all year long brings people together to help animals in need.
My name is Jamie Jeffers. I am the Assistant Supervisor of the Lost and Found Intake Department at the Regina Humane Society. What we get from the donations and support from the community is not only just providing for the animals in our care, but it's allowing us to do more to build an infrastructure for the entire community. It is a gathering center. The brings the community together where we can bring families, we can be proud of what we've created. It makes all of us stronger as a community to join us together. And the donations are what help us to achieve that, because it keeps everything going and it allows us to slowly build bigger. It took a long time to get here. We spent 20 years trying to get this place built, to go from a humane society to a community center. And we want to go further. We don't want to stop where we are now, because we have visions for the future. We have great goals we can achieve. We can go from saving lives to enhancing lives to providing security to a much more interwoven connection of humane societies, animal shelters, rescues, and cities. We can build something much bigger, and this is something that can bond us together. It is a communal love where we can all share in the things that we all care about. And that's all these small pets. That's all of our family.
Okay, I think we are ready for yet another total to get us a little closer to that $80,000. So let's let that roll.
End, folks.
This is so huge.
My favorite part.
43,358. Thank you very much, everyone who has donated tonight prior to 639-709-9660. And what's the old saying? But wait,
there's more.
We had a little 50-50 draw this year, which was anything but little. We reached a total jackpot of $71,160, which is more than $20,000 higher than any 50-50 draw that we've done. So that means the winner is taking home a total of $35,580. And
wow.
Well done, everyone.
And I'd like to announce the winner is Tamara Sinclair with ticket D, as in Delta, 27999. And wait, there's more.
And congratulations, Tamara.
When we got a hold of Tamara earlier today, she informed us that she's going to be donating $10,000 of her winnings back to the Regina Humane Society.
Oh my goodness.
God bless you, Tamara.
So I talked earlier about how, yeah, we might be the people doing the work day in, day out, but it doesn't happen without the community, Tamara, and everyone like her who took the time to donate to the Humane Society Telethon and every day during the course of the year. So I think we have a new total.
I like an extra 10 grand on a total.
And there's more.
Whoa!
Whoa!
88,938. This is a new record for the Regina Humane Society Telethon. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
But we're not done, are we?
We are not done. We still have about 15 minutes left. We're going to try and get higher. Let's do it.
Please call 639-709-9660. Also online as well. You can do it with your credit cards, reginahumanesociety.ca.
Excellent. We also, quick thanks. It's tough to hold a cat and have a microphone here, but
You can do
thanks
it,
to the
Lee.
sponsor
You
of
can
the
do it.
hour, Cowtown. In town, out of town, got to be Cowtown. Access Communications, of course. GV Audio for the mics. Thank you for Boston Pizza for catering the telethon, and thank you Frontier Supply Chain Solutions Inc. for delivering incentive prizes. As once again, 639-709-9660. Let's go to the phones. Let's see if we got those ringing.
All right, well, Rory and I are here, and I have to share a story. So Rory and I ran into Rory at Costco, and we're like, gave high fives in the hallway, said, let's do 90 grand. And you're like, let's do more.
Yeah, yeah, let's go for 100.
Let's go for 100. So here we are. Do you think we're going to do it?
We're going to do it.
right,
It's awesome. I got a couple of pledges and donations to just announce here. Carl Bozak, $300. Thank you, Carl. We got Jennifer Ireland, $50. And Maxine Anderson, $25. So thank you for that.
All right.
And we still have...
Yes.
I guess I should talk into the microphone and not the...
We still have time.
We still have time,
Yeah.
and there's all these good folks from Cowtown are on the phones waiting for your call.
We're thankful. Oh, we've got some more here.
Oh, we have some more? All right.
We have got Starla Nister, $50, and Donna and Drew Miller, $250.
That's awesome. Thank you, guys.
Bam. So we want your donations keep coming in. Give us a call, 639-7099-660. They're waiting and ready for you.
And it's all for puppies like this.
It's all for puppies. And with your donation, there's some incentive prizes, the little coin things, and the blankets. Yes. So we want you to call in with your Visa, MasterCard. We'll take those. So give us a call. We'd love to have you join the team of Regina, here at Regina Humane Society with a donation. Save us all. All right, well, we're going to go to a video clip. We have got a very special pair with an unbreakable bond that arrived at the Regina Humane Society in late September. I want you to meet Louie and Hunter.
We've been thinking about a second dog because our other dog had passed the year before and we thought Polly was lonely. I just saw them on the website. That's what happens when you scroll in the middle of the night and you see these two dogs that have to be adopted together, and we went that afternoon to visit. And just sitting on the floor in the shelter and having them come, knew right away. And they did foster them after the surgery, and so it wasn't like, oh, we've done the surgery, they're yours. They wanted to make sure they were healthy. They love their nighttime cuddles, sitting on the sofa, watching TV with us. And, you know, they always have to be, one of us has them on our laps. Hunter is the goofball. He tries to play more. He's the one with his tongue sticking out. He'll chase, you know, in circles, thinks that's fun. Good boy. Louie will sit back and look and say, really, I'm not doing that. You know, that is beneath me. And they're cute and adorable and they're cuddly. I mean, in the morning we have a routine. Polly sits on the left, Louie sits on the right, and Hunter is behind my head. And that is how I read the news, and that is it. After they're fed, that is it every morning. I think the Regina Humane Society is just an amazing organization. The new facility is fantastic. I think everyone there has their heart in the right place. They want the best. Knowing that you take care of your vulnerable, whether it be people or animals, is really important in our society to make us a thriving community. Yeah, we can give them a good life for the last years. We all deserve that. We've been keeping our eye open for a dog that would fit into our family, and they just happened to be two of them. We couldn't separate them, so they had to come together. The morning is my favorite time because for some reason I'm the chosen one in the morning, and I like that.
A lot of time left here this evening, folks, but there is time to make a count. We've already got a record-breaking total. I'd love to see that total jump up to 6 figures too. And in order to entice you to do that sort of thing, we have Candace Davis, our enrichment coordinator, Jennifer Ford, our supervisor of animal care, and Connor Evans, and Connor Evans, animal care technician, and of course 3 of our furry friends. Candace, can you tell us a little bit about this sweetheart that you've got in your arms?
I can. This sweetie is Aurora, and she's way too charming for her own good. She's about 6 weeks old. We think she's like a lab Rottweiler mix, but her mom came into the shelter with just her little newborn Peanuts, her being one of them, and she has just stolen our heart. She's spent the last, I think, 5 weeks in foster care with an incredible foster family. Shout out to Penny and Sang. And they have been so much fun to have. A lot of poop, but poop that's worth it, so.
Aurora was just nibbling on my finger as well. And Aurora and I have had a few different bonding times throughout the night. She's nibbled on my nose, nibbled on my finger. She's a sweetheart. You'd be silly not to call and inquire about Aurora. Connor, can you tell us a little bit about our friend over here? He's got some energy, but he's an absolute sweetheart.
This is Panda. As you already said, Panda definitely does have a lot of energy.
Hi, Panda.
Yeah, she's quite food motivated. She can be overwhelmed at times, but she's doing pretty well right now. Hey, Panda.
Good job, Panda.
Panda's a boy. That's right.
Sorry, Panda. We'll get it right here. You are a very pretty boy, Panda.
So I do have a question though, because these are really, really cute puppies. What comes with the fees and like when we adopt them and everything? Can you walk us through that too?
A little bit. Oh yeah, I'll maybe hand it off.
So our adoption fee includes their spay and neuter surgery, tattoo, microchip. They're up to date on their vaccinations, and you also get to know that you saved a life. So there's nothing better than that.
Absolutely, it absolutely is. And thank you to your generous support. There's going to be a lot of lives like Panda saved both this evening, this year. And we thank you so much for that. The Humane Society has cared for over 3,700 animals last year. Time is running out on this telethon, though, so call 639-709-9660.
Yes, our last chance. We need to get those phone calls in and get those pledges. Wanted to mention some that we just got. Carl Bozak, $300 donated. Donna and Drew Millard, $250. Starler Nista, $50. Jennifer Ireland, $50. And Maxine Anderson, $25.
That is absolutely fantastic, Lee. And we're so close to 90,000.
Oh, yeah.
We can't stop before we get across that threshold. And people are helping us do that, like Bernice Gulnick, $200 donation. Joanne Zatilny, $100. Karen Hoggenrud, $50. Sharon and Bernard Grabinski, $100. And a $500 donation from Ivan and Christine Cozy. Thank you very much. That's how we're going to get over that $90,000 and raise some money for these animals. 3,800 came in last year. It's showing no sign of slowing down. So we're going to keep things going here until we can get it as high as we can tonight.
Yeah, keep going as high as you can. That's what we do. Pass the goal, but once you get that, you got to keep going. See if you can reach.
Well,
I'd love 6 figures.
Exactly. I mean, it's been very, very busy at the Humane Society. You know, when we're on CTV on Tuesday mornings, we're talking about that. A high number of dogs have come through in the past couple of years. It's been a bit of a problem for sure, and it's really isn't showing any signs of slowing down. So most of those animals, well, they all need care.
Yes.
For sure. And many of them also need medical care, and sometimes they have to go into foster care, and it's an extended stay. So we want to make sure that we are here for them, and it does take money to do that. So that's why we're here tonight.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go back to the total. We're going to wrap things up at the main board and see how things finish up.
I think there's hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that exciting of a time. We have another new total, folks. Let's see where we have landed. There are a few minutes left, though, so there's still time to make your call. $91,968. And there is still time, folks. I would love to see that total hit 6 figures. Puppy high five.
I just want to let everybody know we called it at Costco.
We call it Costco.
Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you so much for offering these animals a second home, a second chance at life and love and all those wonderful things. Lisa, you know, you're so heavily involved with all of the things that go on here at Regina Humane Society. Can you tell the fine folks at home that have been watching this evening just what the support and what that 91,000 and change and still going up, what that means to this wonderful group?
Well, tonight you saw a lot of stories, a lot of success stories, and really those stories could not take place without each and every one of you who donated tonight. You really are the heroes in each one of their stories, and of those 2,077 animals that are now living happily ever after, hopefully they're laying on a couch and watching the telethon at home. You know, your support really makes that happen, and I hope that each and every one of you who donates think about that tonight when you go to bed, and think about really the incredible impact that you've had on all of their lives.
Oh, don't do that. You're going to get me leaking here, too.
There's a lot of people that help us out tonight. A lot of sponsors before we get on to Rory and singing us out. But GV Audio for these great mics, we appreciate it. We've got Boston Pizza, Frontier Supply, Chain Solutions, and so many more. But Rory, I think it's your time.
Feel free to sing along.
All
Everybody
right.
at home, too. I think you'll know it. Here we go.
Thank you so much, Burns.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help like a river flows surely to the sea. Darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my paw, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea. Darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help. Here we go. New total.
Falling in love with the new total.
Come on, baby. 93,000. Thank you, Regina and area. A new record. Here we go.
Pretty wonderful way to spend a Sunday night.
Yeah, and you can still donate till 9:15.